have issues and cause all kinds of problems. I forgot to start this first. Damn it. I haven't made that mistake in a while. It is what it is. It is what it is. Alright. I like you came in with these fucking Modelo's, dude. You came in big today. Alright.
What number are you on now?
This is episode 49, bro. We're almost to 50.
Nice.
Episode 49 of the 100 podcast. I brought in my boy Ray again. This is the second time. But yeah, I think the biggest reason we got him in here was to talk about this guy, which he hooked me up with a Liftfluence project shirt. Shout out, bro. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
It's fucking tight, bro. But yeah, so what'd you do, bro? You just the website started, right?
The website dropped just 2 days ago, man. So it's, everything's out there now at liftfluenceproject.com. You can go on there. We have models on there that specifically we picked, for the site. One of the models is Miss Kid Kush. You can see her on IG. She's a big cannabis tattoo, Harley Davidson model. Cool as shit. Anyhow, yeah, we started this project. I think we spoke about this last time, but
yeah, definitely. But I don't know. I was telling you before the podcast. I like the actual style, bro. I was looking at your website, and it's not like a lot of the other weed brands. It's kind of more. I don't know, like you can rock this shit. Like you can rock it at like a dinner even, dude, without getting like too many looks. Like even your shirt right there you're wearing is pretty tight. Like people, if they don't even know weed, they'd be like, I don't know what the fuck that is. So
yeah.
But if you know weed, you're like, hell yeah, that shit's tight, man. So I like the style. Where'd you get most of your design concepts? Was it from you? Did you reach out to somebody?
No, and that's what's kind of crazy, man. Is like, so what makes us a little different is, so I come up with these designs in my head. I drive to LA almost every day, or San Diego from Coachella. So I got a 2.5 3 hour windshield time one way, so a good 6 hour drive every day. So I have a lot of time to think about designs and, just the company itself. So I think about, just designs. What the designs I usually come up with is my personal grows that I have. I take pictures of all my personal grows of cannabis, and I basically pick like the dopest picture out of that grow, and then I'll take that and I'll come up with an idea of like how I can incorporate that. So like this one specifically, there's like a big ass bud, which I believe it was a cherry punch, and then I referenced, so Jason Inks he's a veteran that went to combat 2 tours with my brother. He basically is a retired Army veteran, and all he does is like just draw. He does sketches for people, and we got a good relationship where I can just call him on the phone and say, hey Jason, like this is what I'm thinking. I got this big ass like bud that I want a gas mask to like go around it, and I want to see through it, and he'll just come up with that design. Like I paint a picture and he can do it. So any day I can call him, come up with the design, and he'll do it like within a couple days. It'll be done.
Speaking on the gas mask, bro, have you ever hit any weed off a gas mask?
No, man. I got it. Well, I've been in the gas chamber plenty of times, so I really don't want to even go there.
No, yeah, we'll skip on the question then, bro. But
yeah, dude. But like you were saying, so like the whole idea of the project, what makes us unique is that I have a U.S. Army veteran that's the artist. I could reach any time.
You're a vet too, correct?
Yes, USMC. So Marine veteran. I could reach him at any point. So we have a good relationship, and I mean it's a process. I got the manufacturing company I got to deal with. Not only that, I private label the apparel. So on the back of my shirts, it'll say Liftfluence Project. So that's like one extra step, and then also I have a custom woven label on the tees itself.
That's legit. That's on this one too?
Yeah, it should be on there too. So
legit,
like we have that done on the shirts.
And then even the custom tag.
Then we have a custom tag, so it goes from the manufacturing company to do the sewing of the custom labeling, and then it gets to me, I don't want to do drop shipping yet. Just drop shipping will make it easy where I can just have them ship it to the customers. But at the same time, at that, I wouldn't be able to put the custom tag that we put on there dedicated to cancer patients. So the whole brand behind Livefluence Project ultimately is to donate to cancer patients. So in the end, really, I would like to start like a nonprofit in the end. So nonprofit, or if I did an LLC, like either way, I'm working with Medicaid on my level. One of my homies, I was helping him through some cancer treatments. He beat cancer once when he was like 17, and then he recently is beating it again. I was helping him through donations.
Really?
And so he's local in Desert Hot Springs as well, one of the homies. So basically, I'm working with him, and we're gonna work. He knows like the cancer facilities because he's been in them. So I want to start working with the cancer facilities local to Coachella Valley, and then start being able to donate a percentage of sales to cancer patients. And that's like where this whole Livefluence project started. Was I was always helping cancer patients.
That was the whole goal, right?
Yeah,
that's what you've been doing the whole time.
I've been doing that since I got into cannabis over 9 years ago.
Is your buddy? Is he a huge advocate for cannabis? Was he using it throughout his?
He has a CBD company, so
really,
and he was helping one of his friends that was in cancer that he had passed. But so it's kind of crazy how we're helping each other. But so like I want him, he's gonna be helping with Livefluence Project. Helping kind of go around to cancer facilities and seeing what we can do to help work.
He's actually lived that experience,
so
he kind of has the connections. Maybe can, get you in there and talk to those people.
Yeah, so that's what makes us kind of unique. Is like we're not just a cannabis brand.
You're not really just a weed brand. You know, like we smoke weed. Like obviously it's a weed brand, but it's got there's something behind it. There's a story behind it. There's a meaning behind it. That's legit, man. I'm happy you got there to open the website. Now that you did your first drop, is there anything you do different? Is there anything that you saw from this first drop that you would like double down on? Like, I like this, so maybe I should do something towards this. Like maybe like a design or something that people love. But yeah, like what are your thoughts after your first drop? After you drop on your website?
So. We're just pretty new at dropping, so we're like 2 days into it. But as of right now, like we're doing,
true, right?
But we're doing a soft launch. So like meaning, I wanna see how people react to the designs, how they react to the website, and like because we can track like the web developer software that we're using. We can kind of like see around the world who is looking at the product, and like there was people looking from France. Like,
whoa,
there was
that's
people,
interesting.
Yeah, so like there was people looking from around the States. So, everything that I've been doing in the background trying to promote the brand, like obviously people are talking and it's getting out there. But the more and more we can talk about it, the more and more it gets out there, and that's what we want. We want to start a movement that we can help cancer patients, not just here locally, but just outside of Coachella Valley. But anything different that I see right now, we're looking at what's selling. So right now, like what's hard in the apparel industry is trying to find out sizing. So like not everyone is the same size, obviously, and it's hard to find. There's some ratios that you can find of specifics that you would want to order for smalls, mediums, large, extra larges, 2Xs.
It's not
3X
really exact though.
Yeah,
exactly.
And everyone is
I learned
different.
that myself.
Oh, it's hard, man, and then you don't want to order too much of one design, and you got like 10 designs that are left over, and that's not selling. So like it's just right now figuring out what sizes are selling most, and that's one thing that we're going to take out of this first drop, and then also what designs are selling most out of this drop that we're going to take, and then we can order more of that same design, but also take a look at what designs are selling and kind of work that design, like have other ideas of that same design, but other ideas that we know that would sell that's similar. So,
yeah, exactly.
Like right now, we got a crazy design that we're doing. Like I wanted to, Jason Inks, the homie, the artist, man, he does some crazy shit, dude. Like some crazy shit. I'll have to show you after. But anyhow, like he does some cool skulls. Like skulls are like he does really well. Like He can draw women like.
He's just wild.
Oh yeah, he'll do some crazy stuff. But yeah, so like this next design, we're gonna have like some crazy skull with like cannabis kind of weaving in and out of the skull with like some floral backgrounds on it. So like it's gonna take up the whole back, and then yeah, man. So
and it's gonna be on the back.
We're gonna take so like this same thing with this shirt, man. This shirt right here is usually. I made this one different, but this shirt usually is this is in the back, and then I have a small logo in the front.
I like that style. Yeah. Because it's like everybody's catching it, you know.
Yeah,
as they're walking by or whatever, they see that big design on your back, and then almost if you're sitting down or whatever, it's almost like a clean shirt. Like in my head, I'd be like, ooh, like you know, it still looks fresh, you know, like it doesn't have nothing too crazy on the front. I'm sitting down. It looks like a nice black tee or a nice maroon tee or whatever it is, but that's legit, bro. When are you? Do you have a plan for your next drop? Do you know like when it's coming, or are you just kind of letting this play out and just kind of because obviously a couple days in, but you know like you obviously gotta have. I'm sure you got a plan. I'm sure you got a short-term, mid-term, long-term plan.
Yeah, man. So good question. So I just put. Listen, man, I've never spent this much money on apparel in my life. I would never buy clothes for myself ever.
Yeah,
so so I would be the last person to shop for myself. Now I'm spending $800, $900 on fucking apparel, man, and it's crazy because that's not even. I mean, it's still a lot, but I just put an order for like almost 80 tees just recently, so I'm already got like I gotta have something in the back. I have 3 new designs right now already ready to go. I got this crazy Hollywood design I'll have to show you. It's like the Hollywood design, if you've seen it on IG, it's like if you were standing on top of the mountain and you're looking at the Hollywood from behind. And then, well, that's what I envisioned is you're looking at Hollywood from behind, and then you got like not that you could tell that it's cannabis, but obviously if you know it's a Live Fluids project, there's going to be cannabis involved. So it's got like a silhouettes of cannabis throughout the whole valley, and then you can see LA like in the back, and then the movie it's cool legit. Shit, man.
Yeah,
so that's just another design that we're working on. I got another design with Miss Kid Kush. You'll have to look up her on IG.
I saw some of your posts with her. Yeah.
Yeah, so we have a design dedicated. She was willing. She thought it was dope. So she's actually. In one of the designs, it's going to be kind of a Day of the Dead design. And then the homie that does all my tattoo work, he did Noriega Tattoo. He did basically a Live Fluence. He does some crazy hand, sketching Live Fluence, man. And that's going to be like, they're really good friends. So it's going to integrate two great friends, well, 3, all of us, into one design. So
that'll be good too. Yeah.
There's a lot of meaning behind each one of these designs.
That's a really good way too to expand the brand quickly, and get a lot of eyes on it. Is those collabs, those collaborations, those partnerships, getting those people out there. Like even because I think I checked up on her a little bit. Like like she's definitely a model or whatever, right? She's a model, so she's got a nice following, and when she has her own shirt that comes out on your Live Fluence project, like that shit's gonna obviously sell, like she'll get her diehard fans that are gonna want to fucking check that shit out,
For sure.
But moving along to the weed, bro. I want to ask you a little bit about the weed because you did hook me up with a little bit, and you did say now you're going fully natural, and I've been seeing you post those fucking I don't even know what it is, bro. Yeah, I just seen you post something like lettering and then acid. So what are you? How are you doing that? How are you making your own? I don't know what it's even called. Yeah, your own nutrients.
Yeah, man. So like,
why did you even go all natural, anyways? What caused you to not go use? Obviously, I'm sure for the cancer to
man,
keep everything as organic and as like just clean as possible.
Exactly. So gotcha. I mean, if I'm gonna be helping cancer patients, like obviously I do my personal thing, which is legal in California. So I do help cancer patients, and my personal grow, I want the cleanest product possible. If I'm going to help somebody that needs to be the healthiest during the stages of cancer or whatever stages of whatever illness, they need the best quality. So going from bottled nutrients, if you think what bottled nutrients is conventional, like just everyone's using bottled nutrients. There's not everyone, it's a very minute population of growers that are doing KNF, which is Korean natural farming, and that's what that's what I've been studying now for a while, and that's what I've been implementing into my grow. So KNF, Korean Natural Farming, is basically what you're doing is you're taking, depending on where you live, you want to take surrounding vegetation that's local to you, that may be high in different sources of nutrition for the plant at that stage. So the beginning stages of cannabis, in the vegetative state, you want things that are high in nitrogen. So there's certain plants that you would use to fermentate to have high nitrogen properties.
Yeah.
So during flowers, now then there's a different fermentation that you would do during flowering season, that you would fermentate something that's higher in phosphorus, potassium, and that's another what you call a FFJ, a fermented fruit juice. And that's a process, man. Everything ferments.
So
about
is
7
the
to 10 days.
vegetation, is that more like, this is maybe a stupid question, but is it more like vegetables, and is the other one more like fruit? Like, is it like that, or does it just not? Is it just totally like has nothing to do with?
So
it?
like in cannabis, like when I say like in the veg cycle, so like anything that's not flowering.
No, I know what you're talking about. That I'm saying about the acid or whatever. Like, what are you using as the product, as the nutrient?
So like what I did originally
in the vegetative state,
okay,
and then into the.
What I did originally was I grow microgreens. So I was growing.
Oh really?
I was growing Daikon.
I've actually gotten very interested in that. I'll ask you about that later. Yeah.
Yeah, man, it's a good business too.
Yeah.
So I was growing Daikon radish, and I was growing pink chard, and Daikon radish is really high in nitrogen. So I was breaking down Daikon radish because I was like, I just let it go, man, and like usually with any microgreens you cut it like 1 inch from the soil line.
Yeah.
So I was letting them just overgrow just because I was using it for my KNF. So I was ripping it all out, and then I was fermentating it with, it's a brown sugar mixture that you use a ratio of brown sugar to vegetation. And then you break that down, and then once you start breaking that down, you'll see all the juices just start coming out. And then basically it's I could talk about KNF forever, dude, but you're basically you're pulling the nutrition that plant is holding, you're pulling the juices out of it, and you're letting it fermentate for 7 to 10 days, and then once 7 to 10 days hits, you should have a juice forming, and then you pour all that in, cheesecloth it out, squeeze it, and then you end up with the juice, and that juice holds readily available nutrients to feed your plant right away. So like bottle nutrients, that's what difference about bottle nutrients. Bottle nutrients, the medium that you're growing in, that soil or whatever medium you're growing in, whether it's soil, hydroponic, cocoa could be hydro, whatever that medium is holding, that nutrient isn't readily available if it's a bottle nutrient, most bottle nutrients. So if you give your plant KNF in that form, you're breaking it down already, and you have readily available nutrients.
So like right when you give it to it, it takes it.
It takes it.
Yeah. So like let's say the nutrients you take from the bottle, how long does it take for the plant to be able to use it, and how big of a difference does that make? Do you know that yet?
I would say it depends on if you're in soil, and depending on what kind of soil. If you're using a soil that has really good, let's say you have your own like hot soil that feeds your plant already and has natural microorganisms in there, then that helps break down everything a lot faster. But if you just have like some soil that you dug up in your backyard, depending on where you live, you could have some great soil.
But like some dirt, you got some shitty
dirt. Like if you're out in DHS, man, you just go in your backyard.
Bro.
Like we just got sand out here. Yeah. So like everything starts in the medium, and that's where your roots start. So, but KNF, man, like going back to it, it's the best way you can do it.
I mean, like KNF, even if you have shitty ass dirt, maybe it would grow better just because the nutrients, right when it hits the plant, it's ready. It can use it.
I would have to do a side by side to try that one.
Yeah, I get you.
But I mean, if you check out like Live Fluent, if you look up live_fluence and you see like my latest post and my last grow, man, and you'll see like just the expressions that your plant expresses in KNF versus the bottles, you can tell like every one of my plants is, well, you see a lot of purples. Yeah, but like you'll see all the hues and different expressions, and I was thinking also that the yield wasn't going to be there just because, you know, bottled nutrients have higher content and
Yeah,
iron, magnesium, all
it's
that
that
stuff.
artificial, like, it'll, like...
Yeah, you have scientists that look, you know what I'm saying? But,
Exactly, I understand.
but so, like, I'm in the middle right now of, like, trying to get I'm dialing in that KNF right now. I'm working, right now I got 3 different KNFs I'm working. One right now that I'm doing is dragon fruit. Dragon fruit's high in calcium and phosphorus, and I actually have a dragon fruit tree in my yard. So, like, I have dragon fruit that I'm fermenting right now that I'll be filtering out probably in about 3 days.
How long does it stay? Like let's say you do it fermentates for 7 to 10 days. How long can you use those nutrients?
So once the fermentating process is done, and you extract everything, it won't last as long. Let's just say there's a ratio of brown sugar that you'll add to the mixture that helps stabilize and it'll last longer. I'll just say that.
Got you.
But I mean, right now I'm making jars, you know, like, I don't know, they're good sized jars, man, and like during the grow cycle you use a good amount, so like you're gonna go through it before you go, before it spoils. But then like I'm making some other stuff right now too, which is called LAB. It's a lactose acid bacillus. So that basically I make it's rod shaped bacteria is what it is. It's crazy, dude. So you take rice water. So you'll take rice, and you know how you rinse your rice off, and you have that milky kind of. Exactly. Basically, that's what you want to collect. You collect that, dump it into a container, and you let that fermentate for a few days. And then
just
you'll start
living organisms.
Basically, that's how you make like rice wine, right? And you smell it, and you'll smell that, like, once you start smelling that sweetness of it, that's when it's time to pour in the milk. So then you do a ratio of milk in there, and you let that fermentate for another few days.
What the fuck?
And then from there, it's the first step of making cheese process. So from there, you'll start seeing a separation of curds. So you'll see curds on the bottom, and you'll see curds on the top floating. And then you'll see in the center, you'll see a serum, what they call serum. That's what you want to collect. So once the process is done, you collect the curds. You can set that aside. You can make cheese with it if you wanted to. And that's a next step of Korean natural farming and making cheese. But from there, after you collect your curds, you move it aside. You strain out your serum, and that serum right there, you could store it in the refrigerator. You can pour in a ratio of brown sugar, and you can have it on your shelf, and it'll last longer outside of the refrigerator. But anyhow, that serum is like, it's been around for a long time, man. Like, farmers use it. Farmers use it for cattle. They use it for their plantations, for their vegetables, just because it's something that they can use naturally. It's good for gut health for humans. It's good for hair health for humans.
What does it do for the plants?
For plants, man.
Is that what you do it for? Is for the plants?
For the plants, yeah. So I'll use it as a foliar spray for like a IPM, integrated pest management. I'll use that as like a foliar spray, along with like maybe once a month I'll do a soil drench with it. It's good for the soil, so for the biology of the soil. Yeah. But it's just, there's so many different steps in KNFs, and so many different. There's KNF, there's FBJ, FFJ.
There's options.
OHN, there's an oriental herb, like there's a spray that you can make. But I mean, this stuff has been around forever, but a lot of people don't want to move toward KNF because they're so used to, you know.
Is that just too much of a process for a lot of people? It's just too much work for them?
Oh man, it's a lot of work, but at the same time, I mean, if you want the best product out there, and then, I mean, just like.
Well, that's why there's a few that are the best. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly,
like, there's a few that are high quality.
Exactly.
You know?
So like I said, there's not a lot of people that are interested. There's a lot of people that are interested. Most people don't want to get into it. A lot of people think it's awesome, but a lot of people won't do it. But at the same time, it's the best thing for you, and it's the best thing for your plants, man. And
shit, I think a lot of people even like the idea of growing weed, but when it gets down to it, they'd rather just water a plant and think that's it. You know what I'm saying?
No, man.
And I know it's not just that.
You gotta love it, man. You gotta love it, because like for me, I'll work 15 hours a day, and I'll be coming back from LA, getting home at 8 o'clock at night, and I'm coming home to the garden and still doing it every day. So that, you really gotta love growing. You gotta love not just growing, but you gotta love plants in general. Like, in my opinion, man, like that's why like people want to grow, man, but they want to start big, and you just can't do that.
Yeah,
You
I think
gotta
I
start
talked to you
somewhere
about this a
small.
little bit last time, and that was what you told me. Like, just start literally with one plant, or like, and then
See if you like it.
go to 2, or then go to 4. Like,
Perfect,
literally,
yeah.
barely. Like, I just keep going up because it's a process, and every time you add more, you have more problems. And I think that's a good. A good piece of advice for people, because people always try to go big and then they lose all their money, or they fucking waste all this time, or they just
You can put a lot of money into it, and
or they even lose the passion for it because
Exactly.
they went too big,
Yeah.
too fast. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Yeah, but on the microgreens, what have you heard of, like, all the benefits from microgreens and stuff? Have you done that research? Because I've been. Do you ever hear of? You ever listen to Rhonda Patrick? I think her name is
No, I haven't.
Dr. Rhonda Patrick.
Is that podcast or?
Yeah. She's been on the Joe Rogan podcast, and she's like such an advocate for microgreens, man. And she's like just super smart. But yeah, like she was talking about them, and even like one of them she was talking about was like the little broccoli.
Oh yeah.
The broccoli. Do you grow those by chance?
I haven't grown the broccoli, but I will say, so that's another business idea that I had in the past, and I'm still really interested in it because it's good for cancer patients.
Even for just regular people, and I think a lot of people don't really know how beneficial microgreens are. I don't think they really even understand.
They don't.
it.
Most of them don't even know what it is, because most people that see microgreens are like, I mean, like you got to go to a really fancy restaurant mostly to see microgreens like on a plate, and they usually just for a garnish is what they just garnish like a pork chop maybe, just a little top, which they're not getting a ton of, but microgreens, like, generally, I mean, I will say there's so many different varieties, but there's some varieties that are super easy. Like if you want to get into microgreens, Daikon Radish is one of the, I would say, the easier microgreens to grow. So I mean, you can do this at home. You can do sprouts. You can come up with issues just because it's floating in water. Sprouts, there's a difference between sprouts and microgreens, but microgreens, man, you can literally get, like, have you seen like the trays you use for clones?
Yes.
Like, okay, so those, what are they, like 2 feet by 4 or 2 feet by 3 feet or something? But anyhow, you basically could take a tray like that. You can go to johnnyseeds.com and go on there, but you could buy from Johnny Seeds, you could buy like a pound of microgreens for like $7 or something. And that pound of microgreens, you could probably produce about 6 pounds of microgreens.
Damn.
So like, and you got to be on it though, because microgreens, the cycle of microgreens is so fast, and that's why it's such a good business. But you got to be on top of it, because
continually.
Daikon radish, like I could sow in Daikon radish into 6 trays. 6 trays. Each tray, I want to pull a pound off. If you sow it right, I want to pull a pound per tray. And each tray, depending on, right now it's hard because of the restaurant business and everything. But each tray you could sell possibly anywhere from $30 to $50 a tray, depending on who your customers are. But anyhow, you're talking 7 to 14 days. You're sprouting.
Is the sprouts that you're talking about that are in water, is that the ones that are in like jars? Where
in
people
jars.
are like, I've seen that where they grow like a shitload of them.
Yeah, so you can take
jars.
like alfalfa as one. You can grow it in the jars. So like that, literally you can, and it's super easy. Like you can take them, seed your jars, you tap water in there, and then from there, basically every day, just drain the water, fill it back up. Next day, drain the water, fill it back up, and then once you see that taproot come out of the seed, you let it go for another couple days. After you keep draining them, it's a process, but at the end, you're basically eating the seed with the taproot.
Oh, really?
That's what a sprout is, but you can, depending on the water, and that's why you have to like keep cleaning your water, because you can end up with some problems.
Some nasty.
So like you want to make sure that's super clean, but like with microgreens, there's not too much that you can really mess up, but like I said, you can yield so fast, dude. Like 12 days, 14 days or less. You're already yielding, cutting everything, and you can package it up and get it out. Or as a family, you could be eating that weekly.
Yeah, that's
super
almost
healthy.
that. You almost gave me a business idea.
Oh man,
I almost forgot about microgreens, and now just mentioning it, and then thinking about it, because nobody really sells that or even talks about them too much, even around this Coachella Valley, which is pretty interesting to me.
I was looking into this about 3 or 4 years ago, and there was only about 3 people in the valley that were doing it. and one probably and two were outside the valley coming from like Hemet, and they were like small time farmers. Like I'm saying, so if you look it up on like YouTube or whatever, you'll see people doing it like in their condos. So you can literally have a garage.
Mm-hmm.
And you can have, the shelves that are multi-level, like 4 feet long, 5 feet long shelves, multi-tier, 3 stacks. All you got to do is get some T5 high output lights or some LEDs and line it, and then you get your trays, and then you soil your trays, all that, and obviously seed them and everything. Within 12 to 14 days, man, they're ready to cut. So you can literally have 2 sections.
Every 2 weeks, it's just like, or even if if you have them like a week separate, then it's like every week you're fucking
cutting and ready to go. So like it's the quickest.
How do you keep that? How do you make sure it's clean? Like, can you have any issues with getting any bacteria or anything? Like, is there any way you make sure your microgreens are clean? Or is that kind of on the person on washing them or whatever when they get them?
So you want to be just like cannabis. You want to be as clean as possible with anything you're doing with growing, and that especially that you're going to consume. But like they actually sell like clean mats. So I would say it's a way of hydroponics for microgreens, because anything that's hydroponic just means inert, which means there's nothing to it. There's nothing. It's like a soil. Obviously it's not hydro because it's not nothing. There's a medium. So hydroponic, it just doesn't mean water. So like cocoa core is a hydroponics. That's another way of doing hydroponics. But they sell these mats that are like super thin that you could buy for especially microgreens, and then you just soil the mats, and then that's a way that you can give it to chefs. The whole mat, you cut it and give it to them depending on their order, because some chefs, depending on the state that you live in,
you just give them the actual full plant basically.
Because some chefs they won't allow you to give it to them in soil. So
that makes sense.
Yeah, so out of everything, like that's why you see like how like with the knowledge, man, with just plants in general, like that's why I'm passionate about growing. It's not just cannabis; it's plants in general. So I would say if you can get a good grasp of plants and what they like, then you can convert that to knowledge in cannabis. You'll be pretty successful.
Yeah, plants and just animal life in general is very interesting to me, bro. Just the world in general, like all plants are fucking. They trip me out, bro. Just how and maybe that's from me being on shrooms a couple times, looking at a couple sunflowers or some shit, bro. But plants are very interesting to me and very kind of they're just amazing, because it just I don't know. They and then once to be honest, when I was on shrooms, when you're looking at plants, you can really see they're alive. Like you can tell, you're like, oh shit, like these motherfuckers are living. They're not just sitting there. You don't just walk like those motherfuckers are alive. You can tell, and that shit was very eye-opening, I guess. And that was shit. That was a couple years ago still.
Talking about animals, man, that's one other thing we'll discuss. Like, it's another part of like KNF is you can use eggshells, collect eggshells. So if you ever have eggshells that you're not going to use,
like chickens or some shit.
Eggs, eggs in general.
Eggs,
so exactly. Eggshells contain calcium. So for plants in general, I want that calcium. So I'll take that calcium, those shells, and I'll wash them and I'll break them down and I'll heat them up to a temperature, and I'll take that and do a mixture of brown rice vinegar. And once you do that mixture, you'll start seeing all this activity, and you're pulling the calcium out of the shells. Same thing with bones, beef bones. If you're ever going to make like a chicken or a beef caldo or any kind of beef dish, you want to keep those bones. There's beef bones, and you take that, you heat them up, you burn them, you get a nice char on them. Not too charred, but you want a char on them. Same thing, brown rice vinegar. You're pulling out calcium phosphate right out of the bones. Feed your plants.
Really? How'd you learn all these things? Just research, or just learning, just kind of like online? Are you just online searching that shit, or is that just kind of like you're just kind of figuring it out as you're going? Like what was your main source of knowledge? Did you have somebody that you looked to? Was there
definitely? So there's some people that I follow too. Hemp for the Win, if you're listening. He's one of the homies that I've been talking a lot with. But originally before him, I was already studying, doing a lot of research, reading online. There's a lot of online material. So if you look up Master Chow, you'll find out. Look up Master Chow, look up KNF, and you'll find out it's big in Hawaii. You look up Chris Trump on Instagram or YouTube. So Chris Trump studied under Master Chow, and Chris Trump is the one that brought it to the U.S. So he does classes actually within the United States.
How long has it been in the U.S.?
Oh man, honestly that's a question that I don't know. How long it's been in the U.S.?
How long has he been spreading it?
Oh man, probably at least 10 years.
But that's it though, really,
or longer. But it's been around for ages, man.
But it was kind of like it was something that a lot of people didn't know about until maybe the last.
Yep, exactly, man. And like I'll say, like there's farmers that are using, like I said, the LAB are using it for their cattle just because it's good for gut health and whatnot. And also LAB is good for odors, so you can use it, put it in a spray bottle.
You put it like deodorant. Basically?
It's an odor killer, so
really?
It's a natural bacteria.
So that's pretty interesting to me. So you can almost figure out a way to make fruits and vegetables and basically whatever that's kind of around you to kind of do all these different things for you. Like a deodorizer feeds your plants, it's good for your gut health. Like obviously that's a little difference, rice water, bacteria, that type of stuff. But still, it's like just like small little household things that you would think, like how would that even work? How does that even?
It's crazy, man. Like plants
makes sense. Science and chemistry. That's just crazy.
Plants are put on the earth for a reason, and they have a purpose. And like the way I look at KNF, and the good way to look at it is if you have any kind of plant, it doesn't have to be cannabis, but if you have a plant in a vegetative state or a flowering state, you pull plants that are naturally growing in your environment, that are vegetative in the vegetative state, meaning not flowering. And you take that and break it down and do a fermentation process with that plant, and then you extract that liquid and you feed your plants that are in a vegetative state what you just extracted. That's a good way to look at it. If you have flowering plants that are your personal plants, and you find vegetative material plants that are around your surrounding areas, and you pull that and fermentate it, feed those flowering plants what you just fermented, and that's a good source of what they need. Yeah. So like, dude, it's crazy. Like when you look at it, it's easy to look at it that way. So depending on what stage your plant is, and like when I'm talking gardening and you're outdoor gardener and you're just regular vegetables, if you pulled plants from that stage, that's a good way of looking at when to feed your plant or what to feed them.
What are some plants that you can grow out here in the desert? Speaking of that shit, because I've never really known, and the desert is fucking super harsh. Harsh-ass weather, 115 degrees, whatever, 110 degrees. Shit, can hit 120 on some days. I've seen that shit hitting 118,
Don't say it,
not too long
man.
ago. It's still what it's expected to hit that.
Oh, yeah,
pretty soon.
Today was like 115.
Yeah, so what are some plants that you can grow, like some vegetables or like fruits or anything that you can grow that is works in the desert? And when do you start growing? Because that is another great question that I try to search, and I've searched it actually, honestly, because I'm very interested in gardening, just especially because I have kids and shit, but I've searched it and I don't ever find nothing for like the low desert, like where we're at, like this regular. I find, and I'm sure it's because you can't grow shit out here, But I've searched it and the only thing you can find that you can grow is like the high desert. I searched what can you grow in the desert, nothing ever comes up. So, is there anything you can grow? Any vegetables?
It's hard, man. So you got to be on top of it. Either you have to have like a drip system irrigation. Or like if your wife's home and she can water, like my wife's home, so she'll water like twice a day or 3 times a day if she's home. Yeah. You got to be on it, man.
Yeah, keep from getting torched.
Yeah, because you got to think of the root ball of that plant, man. Once it gets to a certain temperature, that shit will die or just go downhill, and it'll have a lot of deficiencies. But like I have chili peppers. Chili peppers grow really well out here. I was growing scorpion chilies, jalapenos, serranos. I had Tabasco, what's the other one? I had about 7 different chilies still right now that are coming back, thriving right now. But you gotta try to water them. Anytime you walk in the backyard, water it.
When's the best time to plant them, or when's the best time to start growing them?
It depends, man. Like, it just depends on the chili, honestly.
Yeah, I got you.
Like right now, I have chilies right now that I have had for years, and they're not fruiting right now. So chilies are considered a fruit because they seed. They have anything that has seeds, so it's a fruit
yeah,
plant.
Yeah.
But you gotta watch out for birds too, because the birds will try to eat them. So if you build like a little cage, like kind of like a burlap thing around it, because the birds, you gotta watch out. You gotta watch out, man, for caterpillars too in the desert. It's crazy, man. Caterpillars love.
They'll go right through your shit.
They love weed, dude. They'll one caterpillar will tear your shit up if you have an outdoor.
How do you keep from a caterpillar? I've seen actually, because I was at a grow a couple weeks ago, and they were using these. I don't know what it was called, but it was basically almost like rock, or like it almost looked like you could almost like break it up, and it was like really like.
Was it white?
Yeah, it was like white or gray, and it was like really rough to the touch.
Okay, so yeah,
and I know it was like to cut, like you know, basically the bugs or whatever.
So you can do a few different things. Here's a good point. So you can use, and this is for any soft body insect. You can use soft sand. You can use playground sand, for one.
Really?
Like, I've integrated as an IPM within my soil medium. I've integrated playground sand just because if you. Anyone can get gnats within their grow. It's very easy. Bugs just come, man. Like, that's the thing. Like, if you don't have the perfect situation, you're gonna have problems. And if you don't do a good IPM throughout your weeks of flowering and you're just vegetative stage and growing, you're gonna have problems. Spider mites is a big one.
Yeah.
So like within the soil though, you can control that with playground sand. Playground sand, basically, it's so fine that it's like acts like glass. So, like, if you have soft body insects that are within the soil laying larvae, pulpa, eggs, they're going to go through there and cut themselves and dehydrate. Another good one is called Diatenaceous Earth. And that stuff, man, it's like a baby powder. It's a bag you can get. It's so fine. You can put your hand in there and it feels like, if you ever felt like, what do you call that? Powdered sugar. It's kind of silky.
Yeah.
It's almost like a big bag of powdered sugar. Well, that stuff acts the same way, even finer than sand. So you can take that, man, on your plants outside, take a handful and just throw it on there. And it'll coat it. And that's another good protector.
Really? And that guy, the thing I was talking about, it was almost like rocks. He had like rocks of it, and then he had.
That's crazy. No, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know what it was. I don't know. I'll have to ask him, but yeah, it was the same shit. Basically the same exact. Yeah, something like that. It was something that was very like just just super light. It was light. It wasn't like. It was just very airy, but like you said, like once it gets crumbled up and shit, it just same whole point is to cut them and dehydrate them or whatever. But do you have any like animals as well? Do you have like chickens or anything as well?
No, I don't.
You just stick to the plants?
So my next property, I want to sell my house. My next property, I want a property where I can have that land where I can have that. So that's my overall goal.
Where would you want to live at? Do you have an idea?
It depends. I'm looking at Marietta kind of area, out that way possibly, but yeah, we'll see.
So are you hoping to grow, just get your whole, like, maybe like a big ass farm? Is that what your plan is?
Yeah, I would love a farm, man. And, I can do everything KNF, have a little warehouse set up where I can have all my KNF shit set up for, man, I want to take that KNF to a next level. I mean, possibly even talking about starting my own nutrient line here.
That's what I was going to ask you, because that was the whole point of me asking you earlier about, like, how long does it last? How long does it, like, can you use that? Because obviously you're going through the process, you're learning all this shit behind the scenes. Like, I feel like that's something you could definitely build a business from, make your own nutrient line and actually be, like, all natural. You can literally, like, show the process and like show this isn't just some artificial scientific, you just bought some shit and mixed it together. You literally got fruits and vegetables and fucking... when scavenging, harvesting yourself and shit.
Well, what's cool, man, is I have a good following. Like, I don't have a ton of followers on my Instagram. Like, I just don't reach a lot of people. And that's what sucks. I mean, but at the same time, it's like I have a lot of...
I think that's your weed, though. I think that's because it's weed, It's still kind of looked down upon. Maybe not in California, but in just, worldwide or even just the United States, it's still not legal.
Well, Instagram for me, like, it's kind of new to me. Like, it's new, and then I wasn't really, when I first got on, I didn't even want to even attack Instagram. Like, it just was something I didn't even want to be a part of. And then Really, like once I started the Fluence project too, I knew I needed to try to be more socially out there, so that like I'm getting more followers, but at the same time, like the followers that I do have, like I posted something recently, the people that I do have are like true people, like true followers, like they're people that I want following me. Like I don't really care about, like I don't like most people out there. I don't know if that's the best thing to say, but most people out there I don't really get along with. But I want to get along with the people that are following me. So like, you know, I only have like 400 something followers, but the followers that I have, a lot of them are big into grows from Humboldt. You know, they're all in the legal grow market, and they all respect me. I respect them, and that's the kind of market I want to attack with the Live Fluence project. Not only them, I want it to be everywhere, but
you just want like real followers, though.
For the growers, man, like that's really I want to have these T-shirts, man. I want to have all the growers wearing it. I can see it, man. I want them posting pictures. I'm gonna post it on their website. I want to have it big into the growing community, and you know, I've already been told with one of the big homies out there, man, DC Crane. If you're listening, I mean that's what he's just like you said, man. The designs, they're kind of classy. You know, they're artistic. They're dope designs. They're not something that anyone's doing really, and they're not doing it for the mission.
You know what's kind of crazy is these designs come from the head of somebody that actually grows weed. You know what I'm saying? Because you grow that shit as an art. You know, like you literally you've gone so deep into it. Like it's an art for you. Like there's not. I don't think anybody that would grow exactly like you. You know, there's a lot of people that can sit there and throw a seed in, put some soil, put some water, put some nutrients, but you really went deep into the science, and that's kind of what your designs kind of, that's what they represent, is like you're very artistic with it, you know?
I appreciate it.
Yeah, man. I don't know. I enjoy your knowledge when it comes to growing, and I can tell it's not just like it's not about the money. It's a passion, and that's very interesting.
Yeah, I appreciate that comment, man, because even if it was about the money, I would pay out of my pocket to do it, even if it was costing me money. Yeah. And that's the truth, man. I would, even if I was losing money, I would still pay to put money into it, just because that's how much I love growing. And that's what makes me different than other people's, and that's what makes the people that I'm friends with different than all the other big growers, is the fact that they'll grow this plant even if it comes out of their pocket.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you could tell the difference in the weed too, man. Like you could tell what's fucking good at dank ass shit.
You can tell who's actually putting in. It's weird, man. Even that shit even goes, and this is super sideways. That even goes to cooking, you know? Like when you cook some food, bro, when you put some effort into it, and you like put some love into it, you can taste it. And it's like, shit, you might even put the exact same seasoning, but you can literally taste the effort,
techniques,
you know?
Man. There's techniques. Yeah, I was gonna be a cook too, man. So I'd cook some bomb, dude. I was going to Scottsdale Culinary Institute. Yeah, but like I'm a part-time chef, dude, man. Like I do a lot of the cooking. So, but when you see my page, man,
I've seen you. I always comment on your food.
Yeah, dude, I'm always cooking, dude. Like that's like one of my favorite. That's why I got into the microgreens thing too, because I like integrating microgreens with just salads and just. Love cooking, man. Love food, plants, you know, good people.
Have you ever been hunting? Did I ask you that?
No, that's a funny question, man. Like I've always wanted to go hunting, but at the same time, I love animals. The only other people I would hunt with people, I'd rather hunt people than I'd hunt animals, because people piss me off. I like animals. Animals don't give me any problems.
I just feel like the only reason I would ask that is because you're just so natural, you know, well, natural to where you would. I could see you hunting your own animal, cutting that shit up.
I was a scout sniper in the Marine Corps as well, like you know. So like I was in the Marine Corps. I was a grunt 0311. I did go out for Scout Sniper Platoon. I did make that, and I was in Scout Sniper Platoon for a while. So it would be natural for me to be a hunter, but I like animals, man. Like like honestly, like I wanted to hunt animals just because it would be cool to. The only way I would hunt animals is if I had to, if shit hit the fan and I had to do it. But I like animals, man. Like, people are the ones that need to go.
That are kind of like assholes, most people, right?
Yeah, man. Animals are, you know, unless
they ain't fucking with you.
Unless you, if there's a tiger coming after me, man, that's a different story.
You're shooting that motherfucker. I feel the same way. I do feel the same way, but I do want to go hunting like one time, you know, just to feel so like that animalistic, like like survival type feeling, and you know, obviously you were in the military and shit, so you probably felt this plenty. But just for me to feel like, like just be like, that's like a manly ass thing to do, and then you have to skin the animal.
What do you want to hunt? Like, would you want to hunt like a bird or you?
Nah, I like hunt like maybe like a deer or something. Yeah,
Yeah.
like or like and then, you know, obviously eat the meat.
Yeah.
And fucking and it does seem kind of sideways, but for some reason it does show your love for the animal, because you're not just buying from some meat that was just, you know, cut up in a meat factory, and
especially,
shit
man,
like that.
if you do that and you respect animals, and that's the thing, man. Like, if I was to hunt an animal, and I would take it the same way I would grow a plant. So I use everything from that plant. So like, if the animal, got even if you do go hunting, man, save me the bones. And save me all the inners, because I would take that and fermentate all that shit. Like fish is another good one, man. Like fish is another.
I want to go fishing too. I've never really gone fishing myself either.
FAA is another fermentation. Like, cut the heads, all the guts, everything, tails. Keep that shit, because I can make a FAA with that and fermentate that, and then you got fermented. It's a fish juice that you get out of it, which is high in nitrogen. So,
do you have anything that you think is the best for the plants?
Anything for seed. If you do anything that for fish and you want to use it for plants, mostly things for saltwater good, like deep sea fishing. Mostly. I mean, anything will work, but deep sea fishing is the best.
That's like,
for fermentation.
But I'm saying, what nutrients, if you could pick a nutrient that you could use every time for the plants, like what would your go-to be?
So it all depends, man. I mean, you have your base nutrients that you want for your whole grow, which is NPK, nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium. So like a good vegetation plant that you're looking for is like comfrey, which is hard to find out here. Comfrey. I've been trying to look for it.
I don't even know what the fuck that is. I never heard of comfrey.
It grows a nice, beautiful like bud, like plants in the center, but it's they have a Russian comfrey. There's so many different varieties of comfrey, but it's hard to find out here. Like, I can order it on Amazon, of course, and if they actually come rooted, dude. But you can't. But I can't. I'm having. But they grow naturally in different states. So out here, I can't find comfrey, but it's high in nitrogen, potassium, phosphorus, and those are the building blocks of plants.
So it's just got everything.
So like in normal bottled nutrients, they have like usually a nutrient line that has an A or a B, or they have a micro mix that is a mix of all three: nitrogen, potassium, phosphorus. So comfrey in one. That's one plant that has all three building blocks of
and just that one. So that would probably be the best fucking. Yeah, that's like the go-to.
That's the. I mean, for me, if I could, but I mean, I'm integrating like a whole bunch of different plants to try to make that one plant basically. We'll get all the nutrients off of a few different plants in the fermentation process. We live in the desert, so it's hard.
Yeah.
But I mean, aloe vera, man. If you can have I have aloe vera all over my front yard. I'm integrating aloe vera into. So I just did a fermented fruit project. That I did aloe vera, I did bananas, which are high in potassium. I did avocados, I did mangoes, and what else? I did one more, papaya.
You mix all those together.
So that's my fermentation that I'm doing right now for a flowering process for what I have coming up. So
when you do that, when you put those nutrients in the plant, right? When you pour them in it or whatever, do you feel like the flavor from that, or like the taste or the smell, whatever? Do you think that gets into the plant?
Oh man,
guaranteed.
I'll tell you this.
Because I can almost, it's weird, dude. Is just smelling these two, just the weed right here, the flower right here.
Yeah.
I can smell that. I can smell it's natural. Like, I can almost smell like that. It just doesn't smell like it's artificial. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
And so the terpenes off that plant right there, man. Like, they call them terpenes because that's just like any flower out there. That's how they make perfume and cologne. Is they pull terpenes off of plants. And terpenes is where you get the smell.
Yeah,
So the more terps you can have on a plant, the better the smell.
I was looking how to make oil and shit, and you put terpenes in, mix it up.
Yeah, so you could smell what you smell are the terpenes, and then so these are all like characteristics of the plants that I'm looking for. Is like obviously yield, terpene profile, obviously look. how the bud cures, how it condenses once you cure it. So like there's a big process, man, with growing for me. Like I'm not the guy that's just growing and cutting and getting like just whatever here. It's there's a process and I want to perfect it, and there's a curing process and it has to be cured. I won't even touch it until it's done properly. So like I'm a snob about it, man. And honestly I haven't smoked probably in weeks. Like I don't even partake often, man. Like I'm just so busy. Like by the time I get home after working all day, I'm just done, man. Like so
that trips me the fuck out. You're like not really like interested that much.
Honestly, it's
you just love growing and the plants and the process.
The last thing I want to do is come home and load a bong, man. Like I'm thinking about it now. I should probably do it tonight, but I haven't done it in like
really
weeks.
Should, bro.
But honestly, man, I hadn't even smoked in my own shit for like I don't even know how long, man. Like it's been a while, dude. Like. And that's the cool thing. I think that's what makes me a little different is the fact that I don't need to go home and
hit the fucking bong.
No, I need to go
smoke your shit.
Yeah, I need to go home and I need to fucking get on my plants and do some work. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, dude, it's everything that I'm doing is a process, and that goes for the apparel, that goes for growing, that goes for just life and process. You know and.
Do you? I think I asked you this in the first podcast, but I don't want to get too much into the military. But do you think the military is what caused you to be so driven? Like, do you think that helped you in the way you just the way you are with growing plants in general? Like you go and you don't like miss any steps. There's no laziness to your processes. Do you think that the military was any part of that, or do you think it was just you in general? Just that's how you are.
Yeah, that's a good question. No, man. Honestly, like I grew up kind of like in a really like strict. I grew up with my papa and like I grew up in Louisiana, so papa they're all Cajun. So my papa I'm Japanese, Irish, and Hispanic, Mexican. But my papa's Irish, all Irish, and he married my mama, which she was Japanese. So they were really strict. Like my papa was really strict. It was always about work. We worked for food. Like when we used to visit them for summer, like in school, man, my mom would drop us off over there for the summertime. And we would be basically working during the summer. And that's what that's how we were, man. We worked for food. So it was a really strict kind of way of living, the way we grew up. So the Marine Corps, man, that's always a question. I've had that question before, man. And for me, I would say for a lot of people that were in the Marine Corps, they needed that strict. They needed that guidance. Some people that go in need that guidance, and they need to be told what to do, and they need that strict like. There's
somebody there on their shit all the time.
Yeah, but for me, man, like the Marine Corps really didn't change me. If anything, it just made me a little bit more angrier, I think, probably. You know what I'm saying? Like, honestly,
I like that. I like your objectiveness. I appreciate that.
Yeah, honestly, man, like that's how I take it. Like, I mean, I did a lot of shit in the Marine Corps, man, but I grew up just strict, man.
Well, like you said, you grew up in Louisiana, so it sounds like you didn't need that strictness. Like you grew up with that. Like you already knew. Like you guys aren't like I grew up in fucking the South, bro. Like I already know what strict is.
Yeah.
You know, like I appreciate you guys trying.
I went to a Vietnamese school, man. Like my mom was in the Navy, and like we didn't live on base, so we lived off base housing, and we were in New Orleans, man. We lived close to West Bank. Chuck Wavy, if you're listening, another dude that I'm working with.
Really?
But yeah, man, but like I grew up down south down there, and I went to like an elementary school down there called Etienne de Boré, which is like damn near 99% Vietnamese.
No way.
Yeah, that's probably why I got held. That's why I got held back one year, most likely, because man, you're out of my shit.
Oh my god!
So
they
like,
still had the races split over there.
Oh man, it was all Vietnamese, and I'll tell you this: you go outside, there's not paratero man coming in. The paratero man that's coming is the Vietnamese, and they're selling noodles. Raw noodles.
Really?
Raw noodles in the bag. What they do is crunch the noodles up and they put the seasoning and eat it just like chips.
Yeah, I've eaten top ramen like that.
That's big out there, man. Like in the Vietnamese community. So like that's how I grew up, man. Like,
so you were in Louisiana, but you lived in basically like just like a community of like Vietnamese, basically.
Well, during that time, yeah. But I mean, I was born in Hawaii, so Kona Farms. If you're listening,
you were born in Hawaii.
I was born in Hawaii on an air base. So
that's fucking
Tripoli Air Base. So my mom was in the Navy. So my dad, my mom, we were me and my brother were born in Tripoli Air Base. we moved. I moved when I was a child, so like I don't remember too much about it. My brother's been back since then. He's a major lieutenant colonel. He just picked up in the army. So, but yeah, that's where we're from. Is Hawaii. I grew up in Louisiana, man. Cali, I've been back and forth.
Do you feel like all that
Arizona.
moving? Do you feel like all that moving around? Do you think that helped you, benefited you, or do you think it was like hard on you as a kid?
I mean, either way, man. I'm here. I'm doing what I'm doing just because of my background. So
yeah,
I have a lot of rough patches in my background. So like, I wouldn't change anything because I wouldn't be where I'm at, or I could be somewhere else, like in prison.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So like. But yeah, man, like it's crazy, man. Life, I mean, where it'll take you, just.
You're tripping me out right now, bro. I didn't even know all that.
Oh,
That you were
man,
born in Hawaii, and I feel like I don't even think you went into that too much the last time you were here in the podcast. I don't think you went into you went a little bit about being in the military, but not too much about your just your childhood.
Oh,
and
man,
that's very
yeah.
interesting, man. That's. Was it an eye-opening experience? Well, you went to a couple different spots, so I feel like you had a couple eye-opening experiences, you know? Like going from Hawaii to Louisiana to being here in the Valley. Like, was it crazy going from the South to coming to, like, liberal-ass California, you know? Like,
Man, it's crazy. Yeah, I mean, I was in the Marine Corps in 29 Palms, so, like, that's where I met my wife. She was from India at the time, so
okay.
like that's why like I always come back here because my wife's family is from this area.
Got
That's why I'm in Coachella Valley. But
so do you have no family over here?
I have no family in Coachella.
Really?
Yeah, no, just my wife's family.
Yeah.
They're local
yeah.
to Desert Hot Springs right now, but yeah, I personally have no family out here.
All your family's in Louisiana or Hawaii?
Well, yeah, actually, my mom was back in Arizona and Tucson, but she just recently moved back to Louisiana, so technically almost all my family is in Louisiana, other than my brother that's in where is he at now? He moves around everywhere, man.
Have you gotten to visit at all to Louisiana?
Yeah, well, a couple of years ago, so we'll have to make a visit soon, man, because my mom's out there. She just moved out there within months, so.
You ever have any crazy like Mardi Gras stories?
Yeah, oh yeah. Oh man, back then in the day, Mardi Gras, man. I mean, last time I was in Mardi Gras, I was a little kid. Me and my brother,
oh,
and
really?
we went with my mom, yeah, dude, and like.
Your mom?
Oh yeah, with my mom, dude, and like, I remember my mom, like they were throwing shit off the floats, man, and this dude threw a spear, like it was a plastic spear but with a tip, right? With a spear, a head.
Yeah.
Threw that shit, hit her right in the chest, man. Like I remember also going down, like trying to pick up beads. I was a kid, remember that? I was going to pick up beads, and this grown dude, like stepped on my hand and pulled that shit out of my hand.
Really?
That's how it's serious out there, man. They'll kill you for them beads, man.
Because they want to throw them on those bitches, get them to take their shirts off.
But then they have an Italian Mardi Gras too. So
really?
Yeah, man. So they'll throw vegetables. They got a Mardi Gras strictly.
Vegetables?
Yeah, dude. They got a Mardi Gras strictly that they throw vegetables out. They'll throw damn like carrots at you, broccoli. Yeah, and we used to take that shit back home, wash
That's what I would do.
Man, we used to eat that shit, man. Yeah, man.
That's grocery shopping.
Yeah, well nowadays I'll make a K&F out of it.
That's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
How was that? How long did you live in Louisiana for?
Oh man, most of my
so that was your whole childhood, basically.
Most of my childhood was in Louisiana, so we did a ton of fishing there. With my papa had a camp out in the bayou. That's where he lives now, right on the bayou. So literally, like probably 30 feet, and you're in the bayou.
Bro, I went out there.
Right there.
I went out there for baseball, it was like a private training camp thing for LSU, bro. When I was in high school.
Shit, what my LSU hat over here.
Yeah, dude, I was in high school and I had like this this thing over there, and I went over there, bro, and that shit is crazy. But you know what's crazy is actually people were pretty nice. I feel like everybody was very nice and very polite. It was crazy because swamps are fucking everywhere.
Yeah.
Like you driving on the freeway, it's swamps all on the side of the freeway. And I saw a lot of people with grills, bro. That was like my three things. That was like my three things that I came back with. And the weather was pretty crazy. It'd be like hot, humidity, and it'd be like fucking cold, and it'd be like, it was kind of crazy. First day we got there, it was like cold as shit, and then next day it was like hot. I was like, what the fuck
and
are
humid,
we doing?
Right?
Yeah, bro,
Yeah, it's crazy, dude. Yeah, it's crazy out there, man. It's cool. It's so different. Like the people are different. They are nice in a different way. It depends, man. Like in Lafayette, we grew up out there, man. You go to the north end, you go to Piggly Wiggly out there. You ever hear Lil Wayne on one of his songs? He actually mentions Piggly Wiggly.
Oh,
and
really?
That, man, that's where you got the most ignorant people, man.
Oh, really?
It's like kind of there's a difference, you know. Like if you go to Stater Brothers at DHS and you go to Stater Brothers in Palm Desert, or out that way, dude. Like you see that there's a difference, but in down south and Lafayette and the north end versus other areas.
Crazy, bro.
Yeah, so you pick where you shop, you know.
Pick where you shop. Yeah, I see that. Shout out DHS.
Yeah,
I'm just kidding.
Hey, it's either Vaughn's or Stater Brothers, or what do we got now? We got the other one they just pulled out, grocery outlet.
Oh, I did see that. I haven't even gone there yet.
I haven't gotten there either.
I go literally, I don't even know which one it is, but I go straight down, what is this, Hacienda? Get on Hacienda, and the one, is it Vaughn's? I think it's Vaughn's. Yeah, I just go there. I'm like, fuck it.
They're more expensive, but...
Oh, they are?
But the people are different. If you go into there versus the Stater Brothers, I don't care. I get along with fucking everybody. But the fact is, do I want to deal with some of these people tonight? No, not really. I'm going to go to Vaughn's.
No, right, bro. Because then you get to catch some of those weirdos, and it's like, bro, I can be cool, but this is just like too much work.
It's not even that, man. I don't want to catch myself in a situation coming home. Like, I don't want to put myself in that situation where I'm going to deal with, where I might put myself to have to deal with somebody.
Yeah, for real.
You know what I mean?
This shit, it's kind of, I don't know. I do feel like being out in DHS, I do think it gets a bad rap, and it's not as bad as it seems like. You know?
This place is my home. Like, I go outside in my boxers with my dog. You know, I just walk. It's nothing, man. Like, to me...
I grew up in Blythe. This reminds me of home, bro. Yeah. This is like home for me. I'm like, oh,
I mean, it's nothing to me. Like, other people, I mean, I have friends, man, from Coachella, like deep into Coachella, man. They're like, oh, I'd rather live here than DHS. I'm like, dude, what?
I don't think so, bro. I don't know. Yeah,
no, but they're like deep into Coachella, and that's where they grew up, you know. So like they're anywhere, man. Like if you grew up in Compton, if I grew up in Compton,
you're comfortable there.
You're comfortable. That's where you live, and that's your neighbors are. You're cool with everybody. I mean, you know, it's all depending on your personality too, man, and who you get along with. So, you know.
Yeah.
But DHS really isn't that bad, man. I mean, there obviously are number streets you don't want to go on to, like, at certain times. I have seen interesting nightlife here. Got to tell you stories later on another time, man. Crazy shit.
Like crazy shit.
Yeah, no,
I hear right here because where we're at, I hear these apartments. I hear my cousins.
Oh yeah, right here. Yeah.
She's always telling me about shit going down there. I always miss it for some reason. I'll be gone, and then I'll come back the next day, and then telling me about some crazy shit that just went down, and it's like. You know, I don't know. We don't never have problems. Everybody's cool with us, so I don't know. As long as you don't put yourself in the drama, you're usually pretty cool. You know, like even 4th of July, bro. We fucking we light off a firework, right? Right here down the street. There's like an empty lot. The firework explodes. Doesn't even fly up. It just explodes. Hits the empty dirt lot. Starts a fire. Fucking the neighbor, bro. You think we're in DHS? You think like, oh, you know, fucking nobody's cool. The neighbor fucking runs over with a fire extinguisher, sprays that shit down, dude. Fucking saves us, bro. And just like, bro, it doesn't matter where you live at, bro. People are cool wherever you're at. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, you just gotta be friendly, man.
Exactly.
And you can't put yourself in a situation where you're on the other side. Like,
exactly.
Like if you're involved with that wrong side of community, obviously you're gonna be dealing with
have some problems.
Yeah, but if you're not involved with that, man, But I mean, you could be always in the wrong spot, the wrong time, and you're a good person going to like a grocery store.
It definitely could happen,
and you get murdered, or you kid whoever, man. Like there's just bad things that happen out of nowhere, and that's life, man. That's what's scary.
That's what's crazy is that it is just life, and when you grow up and the older you get, the more you realize like shit. It's just kind of. It is what it is.
We got kids to think about, man. So that's crazy.
And that's what trips me out too. Is like. Having boys and having just children in general, and then seeing where life is going, it kind of scares me. You know, like,
yeah, man.
People are very selfish and very self-centered, and then we got the whole like the coronavirus doesn't make me too nervous, but it just shows me that because it's pretty clear that it was a man-made virus that it was pretty much let out or whatever from whatever it's from, but Wuhan or whatever, but. It's pretty clear it's man-made, so that sketches me the fuck out that people are really fucking with man-made viruses and just fucking around with people. And just our whole USA in general is just kind of a little sketchy for me.
Yeah, right now.
The way
man,
I feel like
time.
I'm not really like a big Trump guy, but I'm definitely not a Biden guy,
Man,
and that's what kind of
sniffing my kid's hair either.
That's bro, and that's what trips me out, bro. And I really don't understand that people don't understand that. You know, they don't see that shit. That fool's a weird ass motherfucker, and Trump is a problem too. But that's the problem that's the predicament we put ourselves in. What like we just did 4 years ago with Hillary Clinton and Trump, and it's like Trump is better than Hillary Clinton in my opinion, and Trump and Biden, that's a shit, bro. I don't even vote. So that's how I feel.
It's crazy.
That's how I feel about the whole
crazy.
situation. You know, like I don't even vote. And I just think people are kind of dumb. You know.
Pause it for a second, dude.
Yeah.
Can you?
Or what? You gotta go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Or what? Yeah. Go take a piss, bro.
All right,
You're
cool,
good.
cool.
Yeah. I'll
Right out to the left.
Yeah. Right there. Yeah. Walk out and go to the left. Yeah. Episode 49, 100 podcast. Shout out. Support, bro. Shout out to Zach EBTV supporting. Shout out to Armand, my boy Armand Hernandez. Get up, Kelly. Get up. Shout out to my boy Armand Hernandez with the jewelry tee. He's about to drop the clothing right. I don't know when he's dropping it, but shout out. Become a supporter of the 100 podcast. Check it out. Just the links usually somewhere on my Instagram, Annie Up Lifestyle. I don't know why it's Annie Up Lifestyle when it's on 100 podcast, but hey, check it out. Yeah, I'm gonna try to keep you guys entertained while the homie went and took a piss. I hate editing, so I'm not gonna edit this shit out. So I'm gonna just bullshit and talk to you guys for, a couple minutes while he takes a piss. But I need some people to leave some comments on the 100 podcast. Let me know how you guys feel about it. We're on episode 49 now. We're fucking almost there, dude. Almost to 50. And once we get to 50, we're going to get to 100 pretty quick. So I just want to get some critiques, get some comments. If you want to be on the 100 podcast, reach out. Most of you guys listening, I'm sure you know how to find me. But I thank you guys for supporting. I appreciate it. You guys definitely been supporting pretty fucking heavy, and I definitely appreciate it. I can see it, and yeah, I don't know, just hold on for 10 seconds till the homie comes back. We're probably gonna wrap it up pretty soon, but yeah, subscribe. 100 Podcasts on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, anywhere you can find it, just subscribe to it. Again, episode 49, and we're back. Come on in, bro. I don't know how long we've been, but we've been a while today. Yeah, we're past an hour for sure.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, past an hour.
Is that too
hour
long?
10. No, that's good. I just think today I was more prepared, because last time, I just fucked, dude. You were just exploding my mind with the weed shit. I was like, I don't even know how to ask him questions about this shit. I don't know nothing about this, but no, I feel like maybe I was too high or something on the podcast.
You didn't smoke this.
Yeah, I haven't smoked. I hit the pin, but the pin's like, that's just chill.
Oh, I had to take a piss forever, dude. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah, take it, dude. That's good. That means the podcast is doing pretty well, because that means we made it a pretty good amount of time.
How many followers have you? Are you getting better with the followers, dude?
Yeah, I've passed 100. I'm at 109 subscribers on YouTube.
What does that mean? Because I'm not too big in the YouTube scene.
So YouTube, I have
they follow you?
Yeah, basically they follow me on YouTube, which YouTube is kind of hard to get subscribers. So I think over 100 is pretty good. I've seen a couple YouTube channels from out in the valley, and I'm kind of I'm not the top, because there's a few that have been around longer than me, but I'm up there. I see a few that are kind of along the same lines as mine, and I think my podcast, I have a few more subscribers. Even if you search the 100 podcast, it used to not come up, and now it's the first search term on YouTube if you search it. So I think it's starting to go, and I have over 1,000 plays on just the audio version, so that's nice. Good. So that's just the audio, and YouTube is what I focus on. I get YouTube, I probably get 50. My best YouTube video got almost 500 views. Oh, so nice. I get from 50 to 500 views on a YouTube video. My average is 50 to 150. You know, that's about where I'm at. But yeah, I think it's pretty good. Like it keeps going up every time I drop a video. Like I'm sure when I drop your video, I'll get like a subscriber or two, and that's kind of what it keeps doing. I just don't want to advertise or promote or do. I just don't want it to be fake, you know. So that's why I don't use any advertisements or use any like promotion. I've seen some promotion people like I can reach out to, and I don't do that because I just if it builds up and I actually am able to monetize, bro, it'll be like real people. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, dude. Yeah, I guess.
Well, dude, like that's cool. Like that's why, like, too. I mean, it's not a big amount. That like 99 cents a month isn't like. I was looking at the other one, but I'm like, fuck, I'll do the 99 for right now.
Yeah, and that's what I've posted because literally, let's say you do 99 cents a month. Right?
Yeah.
You're supporting for 99 cents a month.
Thanks, bro.
Yeah, no problem. That comes out to like what? Like $12 a year? You know, like you know, like that's not that crazy, you know. And
but to ask, like, that's what's annoying though, man. It's like for people that follow you or people that people that are close to you that aren't at least doing the 99 cent, like that sucks. Like why aren't more people doing it? Like when you said that, it's like for me too, man. It's like I just started this shit, but at the same time, I'm doing it, like, for me, I'm doing this for a cause. Like, I would hope that people out there that I can reach would look at this and look at it and say, man, I want to fucking help this. I want to help you. Not just help you, I want to help cancer patients. Like, I want, like, your fucking mission is fucking cool.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
I think I'm on my way there, but for me, like, just me, like, reaching to you, man, like, just, I mean, 99 cents isn't a lot, but it's something. So, but
it's big for me,
but
bro.
supporting you, man, like, we could support each other. Just doing stuff like this, man, and like if I make it, then you make it. If you make it, then you know we always have that. You know what I'm saying? Like we met for a reason, and you know I've never been on a podcast, man. So like,
and this is your second time being on my podcast,
second time,
which is pretty legit, you know.
Yeah.
So, and I think this time actually went a lot better. We've made it almost an hour.
I think it helps me too. Like my wife even told me, she's like, it helps because honestly, man, I'm not a people person. Like I told you, like I don't like most people. So I try to keep away from most people, but at the same time, I get really uncomfortable talking to people, like in situations. I'm not that uncomfortable talking to you, but like just put in situations talking to just people that I don't know. Like I mean, like just
I feel how you feel.
I get
for sure.
very uncomfortable, dude. Like I can't be myself. Like
I'm an only child, so I grew up like very the same shit. You know, I was very I never ever wanted to do a podcast. I listened to the Joe Rogan podcast so much, and I was so depressed about like my life and shit. That's why I started it. Was because I like Joe Rogan basically got me out of my depression and my shitty life, and not that anything really changed. It's just my mentality changed, and I looked at life differently, and what saved me was the fucking podcast, bro. Just
how old are you, dude?
25, bro.
Damn, you're young, dude.
Yeah.
How old do you think I am? Did I ever tell you that shit?
No, I don't think you ever told me, no. But you look pretty young yourself, dude, so I don't know how old you are, but...
I'm 37. 30, no,
yeah.
37, no, 30... Fuck, how old am I? I think I'm 37.
You're like, I don't know,
38. I think I'm 38.
I think I'm 25. Yeah, I was born in 95, yeah.
I'm 38 now.
2020. 38, yeah.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, like...
You still look like a youngin', bro.
I was in the Marine Corps 15 years ago, so...
15 years ago?
Yeah, by the time when I got in the Marine Corps.
How long were you in there?
4 years. I did 4 years, dude, because my back got fucked up from Scouts Line Platoon, and my shit got fucked. Like that's why I got into cannabis, was because my sciatic nerve issues. When I got out, I was so fucked, dude. Like I was on all kinds of pills, and that's why I started. Well, I went into the shop the first time, dude. Like it took me a while to go. Cannabis is not something that runs in my family, dude, because everyone's military.
Yeah, well, even just a couple years ago, like I even like you said, 15 years ago or whatever. So like even up to like 10 years ago, that shit was still looked pretty down upon, you know. Like it was still looked at like it was still like not good, you know. If you're smoking weed, it's not good for you.
Dude, but you're doing. I mean, for your age, man, like for what you're doing, like I've never grown up in like what you're doing at that age. Because when I dropped out of high school my junior 2 weeks into my junior year. And I went into the Marine Corps. Got my parents' consent.
That's fucking crazy.
So I was fucking holding the M16 at 17. So like by the time I got out, I was married. I got married right when I got out. I was married at 21, and I've been married since. So I've been married for over 16 years.
Damn, man, that's crazy.
Yeah, so I have 2 kids. My daughter's about to be in high school and shit. But yeah, dude, like I mean, you're doing I mean, I wouldn't get depressed on shit, man. Like shit, fucking
Yeah,
life is hard. Life
bro.
is hard,
I had just shit going on, you know. Like
Yeah.
I separated. Me and my wife separated.
I thought I seen something like that.
Yeah, and that was what it was. It was me and my wife separated, and you know.
How long were you guys together?
10 years.
10 years.
10 years. From when I was a freshman in high school.
Fuck.
Yeah, bro. And that's what kind of fucked everything up. You know, for me was I feel like I gave a lot. You know, I made a lot of sacrifices. Like I had scholarships for football to college and shit like that. But yeah, I felt like I gave a lot of sacrifices and I had a lot of shit go against me. But that's my life and that's the shit that I. You know, you can't really blame nobody else. It's you know, that put yourself in the situation.
But you see stories. I don't know what your story is either, man. But I see stories like you seen shit on that like news, man. Like dudes kill their wife over shit like that.
And you can't do that.
I mean, when I look at it like from the outside, right? It's like when you're on the inside and you're married and you're on that side, and it's like, man, you see all these hot bitches, right?
Yeah.
But when you're on the outside, I mean, from that other side, you see it on another direction. You know what I'm saying? So like, but like, if you think about it, it's like, man, like for me, if I'm looking at it from my side and my wife did let's just say my wife cheated on me or some shit, did some shit. For me, it'd be like, well, go ahead and fucking do that shit because I'm gonna be free after this and I can do whatever the fuck I want. That's how way I look at it from the outside. But again, from the inside, like if it did happen, I don't know what I would do if it did happen, but I wouldn't want to go kill my wife because. And
it's not even about what you do; it's about how you'd feel. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like how would you mentally every day wake up?
Yeah.
And how would you handle your day? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because if my wife cheated on me, man, and then you're a good person, then that's got to do some damage.
And obviously,
it's gonna take time.
That's basically what happened. My wife cheated on me. I cheated on my wife, and there was just a shitty situation. We fucking did so much bad shit to each other that it ended up being.
But did one do it, and then you did it, or you guys did it because someone did it, and then you both did it?
I don't even know the real situation. I just
find it interesting, like just
to
see, like,
exactly.
How
but
that
but that's what I was depressed about, and that's kind of what I had gotten out of shape. I was like 250, 260 pounds.
Well, you're doing good though, man. Right now.
Yeah, and that's what happened though. That's why.
How's your wife doing? Like, are you guys like talking?
Like we're cool.
You have kids together? Or?
2 kids.
Yeah.
2 kids, and like we're cool, you know, and that's all right. Like, and I've gotten to the point to where I've had everything, like a shitload of stuff happen to me that I didn't want to happen, right? You know, so I've gotten to the point to where I've had so much shit happen to me that I didn't want to happen that. What really bothers me at this point, you know? And so I'm very relaxed now. I used to be a lot more uptight and I don't know. So all the shit that's kind of happened to me helped me grow up, you know? It helped me realize that like a lot of shit is not that big, you know?
Well,
like,
I mean,
chill out a
your
little bit.
mentality versus like someone that's your age, you're a lot more mature than someone your age.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
Like those experiences are going to help you, do you know what I mean?
And that's why I appreciate them, you know? Because a lot of people... They're scared away from those experiences, and what I've realized, a lot of greatness happens from that. You
can't like, yeah. I mean,
you can't be great from just comfort. You know what I'm saying?
If you stick to that shit, man, and you're just consumed in depression because of some stupid shit that happened, I mean, dude, life fucking moves on. If you don't,
passes you up, bro.
Well, if you don't move on, then life is gonna run you over.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
you're either gonna get ran over, or you're gonna fucking want to continue to be great.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
That's the shit, dude. Like my brother got divorced, man, and that shit was hard that shit was some crazy shit.
It's very hard.
But I mean, marriage is hard too, man. Like I said, I've been married for 16 years now, and I won't say, dude, like I got the guy, one of the guys that I work with, man. He's going through shit with his wife, and I know he's fucking cheating, dude. Like his wife doesn't know, and it's hard, dude. Like I just had to tell my wife recently, man, because it just got weird, dude, with my homie. When I work my partner, like we have a alarm company, but like it's just crazy, dude. Like I know, like I have to carry that with me. His wife is cool. Like I've known his family for probably 6 years or at least. His like mom and dad, and like gone to fucking barbecues and shit. And his wife is cool as fuck. They're from Ensenada, but like they're cool as fuck, dude. But my friend, like honestly, I can't stand working with him anymore just because I know that he fucking cheats. Like but it sucks, dude, because like me personally, like he's the type, like before COVID like started, like dude, after work we'd go to like a bar, but he would be flirting with fucking chicks and shit. I'm like, he's married, right? But one thing to look at chicks, because men are gonna be men, and men might look at chicks, but at the same time, I'm not trying to fucking go fuck with chicks
that's just such an immature way of viewing life. You know what I'm saying? Like for him, you know, like why are you married and shit? What's the point of that? You know what I'm saying?
Dude,
like self control, bro. Self control is a huge thing. And a lot of people don't have that at all.
He wants to fuck every chick, but it sucks though, because like he's trying to make this shit work, but he's like, he's trying to tell his wife like, I just need time, like I just need my own time and to do shit, which I understand like what he's saying, but at the same time it's like he's talking about time to go do shit.
Go fuck some other
yeah, dude. So like for me, like it's hard for me, dude, like to work in that environment, and that's what I'm gonna be expressing soon, like probably next week to him, because I'm not comfortable working in that situation, because that puts my mind in a different mentality. Like I want to hang out with people, like-minded people that I can't grow, man. Like around people like that, you know what I mean? You gotta surround yourself with people that you want to be around, that are positive in your life. Like if you go around people like that, man, you end up. Sure. I'm not trying to be fucking around with other chicks. I mean, there's
a lot of people don't realize that, like, you know, peer pressure is real. The people you hang out around, you might be above them for a while. You know, you might be like, nah, I ain't gonna do that shit. But
if you hang out with them and that's what they're doing.
Over and over and over again, at some point you're gonna do that shit, you know? Something's gonna rub off on you.
I've just been home late, just coming home late just because we were hanging out and that shit got me in trouble, and that wasn't even doing anything, you know what I mean? So, like...
Yeah, see, that fucks you over, you know? Like, you don't want that shit.
Well, see, and so, like, I'm a partner with him, dude, in like, SSE, that's, like, the alarm company. Like, we're doing well, dude. Like, we do fucking well with the alarm company, but I'm just like, when I say partner, I'm like, I run operations, but it's to the point where I don't even want to be there anymore, man. Like, for one, all the driving and shit, and but the thing is, dude, I just got a fucking big offer right now, dude. Fucking possible. So I know my cousin husband, he's big in the Hollywood industry. Mm-hmm. So he's a producer. He did a lot of shit in producing for movies, and he's fucking rich motherfucker, dude, multimillionaire. Anyways, he has multiple grows, like huge. They used to be black, but now they're black market, but now they're legal grows because of the market, outdoor, indoor. But I know the main COO of all their grows. Coolest motherfucker, dude. Anyways, I know him because I got in touch with him through the cousin and through the botanist that I know. And they're all fucking intertwined with all Humboldt and fucking all the fucking big grows everywhere, dude, in Oregon. And anyhow, dude, this dude just fucking approached me, Jason, and they got this fucking warehouse, dude, another warehouse that's coming up, and it's gonna be their nursery for all their grows, like their fucking nursery for all their clones, all everything, dude. And they asked me to run it.
Legit.
Yeah, up in Van Nuys. Van Nuys, dude. So yeah.
So that'd be obviously like if you're running that, are you moving the whole family?
Oh yeah.
Going up
there? Oh yeah,
and,
we all moving out. Yeah.
And how did he find out, or what? Or you said because he's somewhat like a family, family.
So it's crazy, dude. So like he's the COO of all of his warehouses, which is multiple. So like he's tied into the family because he's running all their shit. I know Jason pretty good.
That's legit.
But that's the crazy thing is Jason's from Humboldt. His brother goes by Agro Trees, if you ever seen him on Instagram. But he grows out of LA. He used to grow out of straight Humboldt. Like I'm tied in now through them, dude, because just they all respect me because of what I do. They see what I do. They see I put the grind that I put in with the grow and my small scale. But they know I work my hours that I do and I put out the shit that I do.
Did they give you an offer?
Not yet. So
they're basically conditional type.
They want to talk to me, man. So I talked to my botanist, and he's like telling me not to ask anything less than 100,000. Yeah. But I mean, if you look at
I feel like that's what you should ask for too, because what least, the area too. Though,
exactly. That's the least. If you look at the median income out there, dude, it's like
bro, 100,000 isn't even getting you a house, bro. Like it's
an apartment, dude.
Yeah,
and I can't live like that. I gotta live. So I'm looking at Santa Clarita.
So you're gonna have to live and drive. You're gonna have to like
still an hour. I'll look at if I could drive an hour versus 3 hours, I'd be happy.
Yeah, but exactly. And whoever you're talking to, he's smart because that's like lease type.
Dude, but this dude, that was the botanist. But like Jason, he's the one that does all that. So I was looking at getting. They wanted me to run a grow out here in DHS because you know how big it is out here. Yeah, you seen that shit out there. Yeah. I know the head of cultivation in High Life Farms. You know what I'm talking about? High Life Farms.
I think so.
So they're the biggest. They're the biggest grow out here in Coachella. They're like, if you go down, what is it? Where the post office is? I don't remember what that street is. But you go down there, they're the big fucking grill on the right hand side, dude. Like it's huge. Okay. It says Highlight Farms. I knew that girl.
They wanted you to do that grill?
No, well, no. So he was like, Raphael was gonna buy a piece of land over there, and do a huge grow over there. But something happened with the fire marshals and that project. But yeah, dude. Like I've been offered positions to be like head of cultivation and all that shit. So I'm just, like I said, dude, like, I'm just scaling up slowly. Like, obviously people are watching what I'm doing.
And just keep doing your shit. And, like, you'll have the right one that you're like, okay, this is it. Well, you know, you'll feel it.
If they want me to fucking lead that head of cultivation on that nursery, dude, like, then obviously I fucking talked to the cousin and, like, years ago, they wanted, dude, this wasn't the first time.
Even if that's something like that obviously is big opportunity, you know? So, like, get in there and then like because there's connections everywhere from that.
Well, this isn't the first time that I was offered a position with them. They offered me positions before when it was Black Market, dude, and they didn't want to get me what I wanted, but then it was they could.
It's kind of sketchy.
But this was when he was Black Market, dude. Back then,
that's what I'm saying. If it's Black Market, you better pay me.
No, back then it was like, well, I can forward you from your grow, so like I would have to yield a certain percent to be able to make that, like, so that's what's scary, dude. It's like if you're in charge of a grow, dude, you could be in charge of thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. You know what I mean? Well, so like that's scaling up, right?
Hundreds of thousands.
But they see what I'm doing. So like, what if the position that I was offered was like in a nursery? So like there was the nursery, dude, but then the R&D, research and development room. So they see what I'm doing with K&F and all that shit, dude, and they're. Obviously, I'm not a grower that's sticking to one method.
Because you could be dropping like a straight pure flower that's just straight all natural,
well,
and that's like how you grow. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not one to stick with one technique. So like I'm looking outside of what everyone else is doing.
Yeah.
And that's what when you smoke my shit versus everyone's shit.
Very unique,
dude. I have the guy from Humboldt that moved to not Kentucky to what is the state? Ohio. Anyways, dude, he's fucking growing major out there, and he's asking me for flower, dude. I had to get him something out there because he's like, dude, and he knows growers out there right now too, but they ain't got the Cali bud, dude. Like they don't got the shit. There's the technique. It's what you do, but plus he wants my shit because it's fucking K&F. But you could be in the industry, dude, but you're still asking for Live Fluence weed.
Yep, you're still fucking Live Fluence and, like you said, Cali bud in general.
But I keep my circle small, dude. I'm not trying to fucking reach. I'm not standing in the fucking corner over there by the liquor store giving my shit out. No, my product only goes to the people that I want it to go to. Yeah, so if I were to have my own dispensary,
you keep that shit high quality, like high end. Like this is private almost.
Oh, it's private. Like, that's all private.
Exactly what it is. Private shit.
So the smaller, like if I were to do. Like, so I've looked into doing personal fucking legal grows out here. So they call that, I could do something myself, which is going to cost me $20,000 annually. It's called a specialty.
$20,000?
Yeah, it's called a specialty cottage grow, which is under.
Jesus.
Yeah, and that's only that's under 5,001 square feet of canopy. That's it.
That is.
I can make it up.
You'd make the money.
Dude, I've had investors.
But $20,000, that's expensive, bro.
Yeah,
and that's just like the license to do it.
That's just the annual fee. That's not the building. That's not the electrical. That's
water,
not,
all that shit.
That ain't shit.
Soil,
dude.
all that
that's
shit.
Just that's just the licensing fees.
Wow, that's crazy.
But there's some crazy.
Why do they do that? Why does California fuck you like that? Is it just California?
California, man. You can go to fucking Oklahoma, and I'm at Ohio. I'm at Oklahoma. That's where they're doing Oklahoma. They spent $3,000, I think, on fees.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it. Well, come on, in California, just in RVs, man, they have, what do they call that? A leisure tax. It's a shitload, dude.
Yeah.
It's a shitload. Like, look at our fucking licensing fees out here.
Yeah, it's
dude,
stupid as fuck.
My truck out here. I don't think you've seen this truck.
Couple $100 for sure.
I just got this truck not too long ago. I traded it in and got this truck. But, dude, you're looking at probably $600-700 to fucking register this vehicle every year in California. So I need to buy a piece of property in Texas or something out there and register it out there because fucking shit's cheap as fuck.
Yeah, exactly.
Buy a piece of fucking property.
If you could, would you move out of the state? Would you move
Dude,
out of California?
I have investors in Texas right now. Like once it pops out there, cannabis, they're all in.
Really?
Yeah, dude. I have investors, dude. They know what I'm doing. I've got a big guy, dude, in Oklahoma that's growing. He's a botanist. He's been locked up a few years in prison, dude, and I think that's where he learned. Dude's fucking exploding, dude. He's got his own Bokashi Earthworks for cannabis. He's growing big in Oklahoma. He respects me like a motherfucker, dude. He actually got a hold of me and he called me, and dude thought he was asking me where I learned my shit from. He's a fucking true fucking Humboldt guy too. He was asking me where the fuck I learned what I'm doing.
That's crazy because like you said, like your following on Instagram isn't that big, but it's it's like
true people.
It's cool, but it's real motherfuckers that actually fuck with your shit.
So if you see the people on my Instagram, dude,
yeah.
like those are people that are actually like I communicate with all those people. Like most of them, like they're true growers. Like I'm not talking like I'd rather have 400 followers than 1 point something that are people that are like I don't even know who the fuck you are.
Yeah.
Those are fake motherfuckers. They don't give a fuck about me.
that are not even.
But I
like,
do need those influencers. So like my cousin, like in the website. Have you seen the website, dude?
Yeah, I saw it. I saw a little bit of it.
But did you see like so when you go like?
I saw some of the photos and I think the video was like right there, right off the bat.
Yeah, so like,
yeah.
But so like my cousin, one of my cousin's daughter is actually one of the models. She's a big model. She goes by the Airbnb Queen on Instagram. So she's one of the models. She's wearing the crop top, the Cali crop top, but she's got a ton of followers. The tattoo model, she's got like 12K.
Good amount.
Young Zeke, his page keeps getting hacked, so his followers aren't as much as they should be.
Really?
Yeah, dude, he's always getting hacked. But Young Zeke, dude, like he's big, like he's saying they say that he's taking fucking Snoop Dogg's place. So like that dude, he's a cool motherfucker, dude.
Yeah, that shit. They're spreading. You gotta have those influencers,
and that's
somewhat.
And that's what I'm trying. Like I was gonna ask you, man, like what you did. I know you were doing your anti-up. Is that how you say it?
Yeah,
I know you were doing that back in the day, and I was just curious, like how that went for you, or like what you did.
It was cool, man. I had it in a couple of stores. I was grinding it. Like I had it in 3 stores.
Like locally out here.
I had I had it in Flat Black. I actually still should have it in one in fucking where is it at? Like what is that? Paso Robles.
Yeah.
My cousin has a shop out there, and she was gonna put I had some sports bras at her shop over
What do
there.
they charge you, dude? Like to put it in their stores?
They don't charge me shit. It's basically
because you know them.
Yeah, well, it's basically what is it called? Consignment. Okay. So it sits there. If it sells, and they get a percentage. I get a percentage, and nobody. And if it doesn't sell, you get it back. You know what I'm saying? But it did all right. Like I figured out the generic, or the ones that I really didn't feel much towards, like the designs I did that I feel like I didn't put as much effort into didn't sell as much as the ones that did, and the original like unique shit sold. Like I did like socks. I did socks that had like the palm trees.
That's how I remember you, dude. Because you were at my brother-in-law's fucking. There was a taco shop off 1,000 Palms, and he had a birthday party there, like way back in the day.
Oh, was it like a party type shit? And I was selling.
There wasn't a lot of people that showed up. I was like, why is he doing it here? And like, but you guys were there, and that's how I met you, like way back in the day.
I think so. I think I know. So
you guys were there.
Yeah, I was selling my clothing right there. No.
Yeah.
And then my ex at the time. She was selling like right rolling trays and shit. Yeah, but
I bought a tray and I bought some. Yeah.
Legit. Yeah. That's tight.
Yeah,
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, I bought a tray.
That's legit. But yeah, bro. So like my socks sold fucking well. Like so my socks with the palm trees. I had one that had palm trees on it. It said Annie Up on the other side, and then I had another pair that had just windmills on it. It said Annie Up on the other side.
I remember. How much did it cost you to make them? Do you remember?
Shit, maybe like $7.
And you sold them for like 20?
15, $20.
So
yeah,
you made like,
double
so
my
made,
money.
Yeah,
or whatever.
double.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. So like, like it's kind of what clothing is. About 50%. Margins.
Yeah.
Like. Or like it can be. Yeah, you can.
I'm
like,
trying
especially if you go retail, bro, your margins get really.
I'm trying to 75 just because it's for a mission.
Yeah, and especially if you want to donate and shit, like that makes sense to make it a little more expensive. But And your shit's high quality. Like mine was very like it wasn't low quality, but it wasn't. I didn't go extra. I didn't put tags on there. I didn't get
this
the
one,
extra.
dude.
I didn't put this.
So
on
this
there.
one, I'll tell you. Like, I don't know if that's the one. There was a couple that got fucked up from my manufacturer, but see this one. I don't know if it has the tag. Does it have a Liftfluence tag?
Yeah, it says.
Yeah, that shit cost me $2 extra each shirt.
Yeah, see, I didn't do that.
So if you're buying 77 shirts and then you're doing this for another $1.50,
like
dude, that's 185, almost $200, dude.
Yeah,
just on that.
Yeah.
I seen that shit the other day. I was like, fuck, do I need that shit? But yes, I do need that shit because it puts me somewhere else. It makes me separated from others, different. And I'm just wanted to hear, dude, just because, like, I'm putting a lot of money, dude. I fucking dropped over 10 grand. I think your
shirts speak for themselves, though. So when somebody buys it, they'll buy it again. But for me, what I realized is I had to go into shit that I was passionate about. So, like, socks, I love socks. So I have a shitload of socks. So
I want to do socks.
For the socks, I enjoyed doing them. And for some reason, I enjoyed doing them. I like doing them. And they sold so fast. They sold out couple days.
Where'd you get them done?
Vinyl Styles right here in DHS.
Really?
He's a local. Yeah, he did. What is it called? I forgot what it's called, but
yeah. Still here?
Yeah, but he's right here in DHS.
Oh, okay.
But he gave me pretty good prices, and you can basically do whatever you want. Like you can do whatever color, whatever, and it works. You know,
nice.
Like you just get it was just a white pair of socks, and it was just. All I did was one color, just black on both sides.
Yeah, it's the cheapest, dude.
Yeah, and those sold the fuck out, dude. And I put them even in flat black shop, in Palm Desert at the mall. Well, it was before it was at the mall. It was just in Palm Desert, and he's like, dude, they sold out like the first day, like. So it depends on like if you can feel it, if the design is something that you actually feel and you really like love it or whatever, I would go for it, you know. Or like for me. What I figured out worked for me was more accessories because I just like accessories more. Like just t-shirts wasn't. I didn't have the eye to make the right design. Like yours, like until like.
Oh, that's Coachella, man. That's the San Jacinto.
See, like that even like the hat, like that's legit. Yeah. Like I was looking at your hat right now, and I was like, damn, bro, I wish I had that fucking hat.
And I didn't pay for the private label.
Damn, and you got the label. Yeah. See, that's. Just like an extra.
It's more, yeah, dude. Yeah. So like I said, dude.
Bro.
Like I said, what you're doing, man, with your podcast and what I'm doing, and we can support each other, and that's what I tell anybody, man. Like young Zeke, that's why he's supporting me, because anybody that knows me knows how true I am. Like if I can make it, dude, then we all make it. We all gonna fucking have a part of something because we're all working together. So.
Yeah, shit.
And that's what I'm about, man.
And that's basically what my podcast is about. I fucking bring on people that are doing their shit. I just ask them about their shit. That's all I want to do, you know.
Oh yeah, you promoting?
I'm a curious motherfucker. I grew up, you know, only child. The only way you learn is from other people. So that's basically all I learned was just from other motherfuckers, like other people, learning from them. And so I've always been curious. Always been like. Want to hear what's the newest shit going out, and so I don't know. I just like learning from you guys that are right here in the valley.
Man, like I said, man, like you're young, dude, and you're fucking doing good shit. So you're only gonna get better.
Keep it moving, bro. That's the plan for sure. That's the plan. I hope. I'm surprised that I can get as many guests as I have gotten, and it hasn't really slowed down. I thought it'd be a little tougher for me to get guests, and it's been a lot easier.
Who do you have? Like, who are you looking at next?
I got a couple. Actually, hopefully I'm getting a couple. I have a couple of football. Well, one football.
Do you
player.
know them all, or do you just reach out to them?
Like I know them, or like I have actually this guy that I don't know at all, who hopefully is gonna come on. He has like a coffee brand out here. Called like Gleam Coffee or something like that. And I'm hoping to have him on.
Are they from the low desert or the high desert?
He's from Palm Desert area. And then I have two softball players that both played college softball. One played at the University of Hawaii. Another played, I think, ended up playing professionally or like internationally. But they both played like very high. Those are my like next couple guests that are hopefully coming on like this next week or week after. But yeah, bro, I just reach out. I don't know all of them. I'm acquaintances with them, or I've seen them around, or I've seen like their brand. If I see like their shit, like I like your shit, I think I just kind of reached out to you. I don't even know how we like connected. I don't even remember. But
that's crazy, yeah. Because
I
mean, the only reason I knew you, well, I followed you. I think I was following you because I remembered that you were. I remember you, the clothing, So I was like, you know, obviously I was in clothing, like starting to do stuff. I've always been wanting to do clothing shit. You know, when I was in the Marine Corps, man, I always wanted to get into that shit. You know, apparel and shit, but like. Whenever I seen you and I seen you on there, I started following. I follow other clothing people like West Coast clothing and I don't know if they're like big LA clothing companies. West Kings and all them. Solon Clothing.
Just
I follow other clothing companies just so I can kind of see what they're doing and what I can do to kind of do something different, not follow their path, but something that's
get an idea off them or
whatever. So like just to get an idea because I'm starting out. So like you were one person that I kind of like seen and I was like, man, they got to get models. I got to fucking
and that's what I was saying. Do is you just reach out to people you know or like whoever you know, like your cousin or whatever. You know, you just kind of reach out to people you know. You don't have to pay fucking people, bro. People. Especially people that are models or want to be models, bro.
That's what's good about doing
they're like,
too.
fuck yeah, I'll do that. You know, you hook them up with some free merchandise or whatever. You're like, here, I'll give you a free shirt.
Dude, like Miss Kid Kush though, dude. Like, if you've seen her shit, she models for like Versace and she's like Gucci and shit, dude. So like, my tattoo guy fucking passed, dude. Like a month ago. He had
saw something about that.
It sucked, dude. It was hard, man. Dude. Like coolest motherfucker, dude. Anyways, Miss Kid Kush was. Basically, he called her a sister. Like they were cool. He did her whole fucking neck, her fucking everything, dude. Like her whole back, everything. So they've known each other. Her husband, he goes by Kid Kush. So he does my concentrate. So if you ever like wax, dude, I get my shit in wax form, so I can do my mimosa. I have my mimosa in wax form.
I like everything.
Oh, dude, so I have wax right now. I have mimosa in wax.
Really?
And I have lemon OG in wax. That's crazy. Dude. I have, I can do crumble. I have every concentrate you can think of, dude. I do RSO. Like the big thing, like with cancer patients, is RSO. Have you ever seen that?
What is RSO?
Rick Simpson oil.
No, I've heard of it, but I know there's a heat press method or whatever.
Well, that's basically wax, but I mean like that's why I got into cannabis was for cancer patients. So RSO, dude, Rick Simpson oil. He's from like what was it, Canada? Anyways, he fucking they took all of his equipment way back in the day because he was helping cancer patients out of his pocket and curing cancer. So if you look up on YouTube Rick Simpson oil, you'll find out a lot of shit. But I've been supporting cancer patients in that way that I can't talk about.
Oil?
I'll take a pound of bud, dude, and break it down to like 28 grams, and help cancer patients out of pocket. That's what I'm in it for. So like this brand, it got to a point where it's like I'm helping too many patients where it's like it's costing me too much. So I'm gonna start this shit and start fucking helping cancer patients in another way, bigger way. So but RSO. That's like how I help my friend, the one that owns a CBD company out here. Like, dude, I help probably 5 cancer patients a year.
Is that the shit where you use like the ice cold water and shit? Or
no, that's basically. Well, there's dry as keef. You can do dry as keef, or you can do hash. You can make hash, bubble hash.
So
like, but then what I do, I make all of it, dude. I can make all of that shit. But what I do with RSO is I'll take a big amount of cannabis, like bud and trim, top quality, and I'll break it down into a liquid with alcohol extraction. So it's either 99% alcohol. It's 99% isopropylene or Everclear, and I'll break that down, and then basically you extract it. You extract what's left after you extract is a very thick liquid. So, dude, I make a lot of it, and because I help at least 5 patients a year, out of pocket. I don't charge them. So, they're either going through chemo. If they're going through chemo, I help them through the process with all the meds through the process where.
How do you pick your patients?
I run into them.
Oh, just random.
I just run into them. I don't call for them, man. I don't want to call for them because honestly, man, it's scary because I've run into a lot of patients that I deal with that die. Because they get to me too late, and I have to deal with that shit. So I've dealt with a lot of death.
Damn, that's fucking rough.
And that's what this whole project's about, dude.
Jesus.
That when I talk about cancer patients, I physically have dealt with cancer patients that are asking for help or family members that are asking for help that I just run into because they know that what I do and you're lucky to find someone. That, bless you.
Thank you.
That knows like someone that does what I do.
Coronavirus.
There's not a lot. There's not a lot of people that do it, dude. And what I'll say, I won't say.
Crazy,
and the people that you find that do it, dude, charge fucking a shitload of money. Like I only charge one person, dude, and that's because he made me charge him because he was a fucking skin doctor for cancer. His wife was on. My mom was in the ATF, Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms, and my mom told me one of my agents' mom's dying. It was hard for her to even alcohol, tobacco, and firearms for like it's like FBI, dude.
Yeah.
So like
exactly,
I'm like, are you okay? Are they cool?
That's
with this
federal.
shit?
That's
yeah,
federal.
dude.
Yeah.
So, anyways, I got talking with the dad. The dad ended up. He was a fucking cancer doctor asking for help.
Shit.
And she was dying already, dude. She had lost fucking probably 50 pounds. She was skinny as fuck and couldn't fucking eat. She was miserable. She was about to die. So when they got to me, it was too late. And I helped her. Basically, that night when they got the meds, dude, she was eating. She wanted a T-bone steak that night.
She was like feeling good.
Oh, yeah. The last time that she had, dude, like most time... There was one guy that just passed, dude, that I was helping, one of my good friends.
Uh-huh.
And I've met him a few times. Cool as fuck, black dude, Warren. He was a cool motherfucker, dude. I helped him for a while, dude. He died, I think he died of COVID. They said he died of fucking respiratory illness. It was COVID, dude. They couldn't say. But anyways, when I was helping him, he was almost dying in the hospital from stage 4 lung cancer. Then it spread to his brain. Then he had brain cancer. By the time they got to me, I knew he had brain cancer. I donated. They started giving it to him in the hospital, and that's what usually happens. Like that's not cool, dude. Like you can't tell people like the doctors that you're doing that shit in the hospital. You know what I'm saying? They have to sneak that shit in. So like they were giving that shit to him, dude. Then they told him like you're going to hospice. You need you're dying, dude. He fucking brain cancer disappeared.
What?
Then half of his lung, he had both his lungs were fucked up with cancer. One of his lungs started clearing. They released him, and then he died because of fucking respiratory issues, which was the COVID.
So you're like he was actually getting better.
I've helped numerous people with it, dude, and that's what I.
I feel like even with the multiple people that end up passing away, and you having to like feel that heartache.
Oh, it sucks.
You're still fucking. It's still fulfilling. You know what I'm saying?
It is,
because even when they do. The
family contacted me after he died, dude, and thanked me.
Yeah, bro, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Even if you catch them too late, like you're making their days a lot easier, bro. Like they're having a lot more fun. They're able to live rather than just sit there and just suffer. Their last couple of days,
dude, but
last week,
I make
month,
creams.
or whatever.
Like I have patients, dude. Like I have a little book that I created with what do you call it, testimonials, and one of the ladies on there too. My wife actually knew her in high school. And she has, what does she have? What do you call that? Not cerebral palsy. It is a very bad muscle disease.
Is it MS?
Yeah, it might be MS. Dude, but I make a specialty cream, dude, that's... Because my creams, I mean, first of all, you got to think of the starting material of the plants that I'm dealing with. I'm making, like, high-quality fucking shit.
Yeah,
so if you deal with low-quality shit, your meds are going to be low-quality. But I make really high-quality rubs, topicals. So like for people that have bad arthritis or any kind of like muscle issues or bone issues, I make topicals for that, dude. And dude, they fucking love it, dude. Like the topicals do great.
What do you add to like so obviously you have the plant or like some sort of extraction of the plant, but what else do you add to the topical to make it like a lotion or whatever,
I use a coconut base. So coconut is the fat. So you need a fat in cannabis. That's like the fat, even with edibles. Like that's why you make butter and use coconut oil in baking with cannabis because it makes the effect that much more. The fat, that's what THC grabs. It basically grabs those molecules and that's what
it connects to it.
Yeah,
basically.
Exactly. It's a connector. So like I use coconut oil mostly and like so I can make a really good THC extraction with THC and coconut oil and put them in caps. I cap them. So I make capsules. I could do a THC capsule. I could do CBD capsules. I could do so the RSO. I used to give it...
Hey, have you tried those THC capsules yourself?
Oh yeah, I
do. They fuck you up?
No, so it depends on like how you want to make them. So like if I wanted to fuck someone up, I could fuck someone up.
You could do
but
that.
I don't want. But I don't want.
That's not how you make it.
But that's the thing is,
obviously.
I don't want to. I don't want to give people a bad experience. Is my thing.
It's
so
more
like,
of a medicine.
If you want to get fucked up, dude, you take an RSO cap. And dude, when I started, when I started fucking around with RSO, I got fucked up for 24 hours.
What?
Yeah, straight.
Oh.
Dude, I was like paralyzed. Like no
really?
shit. Yeah, dude. Because if you got to think, if I take a pound of bud and break it into an ounce.
Yeah, that's just gonna be pretty
dude,
potent.
You're supposed to take.
Very potent.
If you take a toothpick, and you just like dip it in there and like barely twist it where they're like a half grain size of rice, and you eat it, you're fucked up.
Yeah, damn.
Like fucked up, dude.
Yeah.
So like when I first experimented it, when I was fucking around with it, like obviously I have to try it. And I wasn't even big into it. I'm like, I gotta try it so I can tell people how it is. Dude, I took a toothpick and I was like dipping it in there. Like I had a little cotton candy ball on the toothpick and I ate that shit. My wife's like, I think that's too much. So I just ate that shit, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, I was like washing the dishes for a minute. And then I was like, I gotta go lay down. Dude, I was done for 24 hours.
You know what? I've had those experiences. You know, it's where I felt drunk from weed. I don't know if you ever felt that, but where I've gotten like sweaty.
Oh.
I feel like lightheaded, kind of. I feel like I'm kind of like the room's spinning a little bit. I'm like the same shit. I just gotta go lay down.
Dude,
that's literally what I'll do.
I'll
just go take
dude.
a nap, bro.
I was like that, dude. I tried to get up. And I had to go lay back down.
That's so funny.
But it was for 24 hours, dude.
That is crazy.
But you know what's crazy? So what's crazy is I didn't have cancer. I mean, obviously I'm fucked up like my back and shit. But what I noticed out of all of this and doing it for so long is when someone that has a disease and that's dying and that's in that much pain that their body's going through, it doesn't affect them that way. They can go through it, dude. If I take a pill,
I get what you're saying.
If I take a pill right now, I'm gonna get fucked up. But I know this for a fact. So I was helping someone down the street with breast cancer. If she took one pill and she took it fine the first night. She's like, I like this, dude. The next day she took like 3 of them and she was okay.
Yeah, because how much she's battling.
It's not even her. I mean, she smoked a lot to begin with, but her tolerance is high because of what her body's going through.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
it's helping. You know what I mean? Like, dude, the shit helps, man. So like that's what this whole project right here, dude. Like people that know me know what I'm about. Like it's not more about like the apparel is cool as fuck for me. Like that shit's cool, man. I love it, but it's about like trying to help people that are going through it.
That's
so
like the main
if I could
goal.
get to a point where I can create a 501c nonprofit and then actually get to a point where there's families that can't fucking afford to pay their bills because they're going through cancer treatments and they're not working, like Warren was, I help. If I can help them like pay some bills during the time, that's what I'm going for.
Yeah, you
know
want to make a difference. You actually have a goal. You got a passion.
I want to
move.
That's why I'm saying, dude. Like that's why I'm putting so much into this. I want to like create a movement. So like if people aren't about it, dude, it's gonna really piss me off, dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's gonna be like, you know what? I'm just gonna get the fuck off Facebook and fuck all you people, and I'm just gonna do this shit myself. Because if no one wants to support it, but so far, man, I've actually had people buying. So, but it's gonna be.
That's what you gotta think. Though you gotta think support though also isn't just people buying your clothing. So you gotta think, like it might not jump right off the bat, but people are very hater like for
they don't want people to step
time.
on you, man. They don't want people to step on you too. Like
and they're very hater until they see like, okay, this motherfucker is really 100% about it. So like maybe they saw your first drop, but you got to keep that shit going. Do a second drop, do a third drop, do a fourth drop. Keep talking about it. Keep posting your photos about like the plants and like the fucking the acid, the nutrients. Like. You want to once, and not that you don't, because obviously you do. I see you post more than most people.
I post a lot, man.
You're like on that motherfucker. Yeah. But speaking of that shit, how can people reach you? How can they find you on Instagram? Do you have Facebook? How can they find your website?
Yeah, Sabrina made my wife Sabrina made a Facebook
Twitter, any of that shit.
Influence Project.
Yeah,
she made an Influence Project, and I'm not too. I was on Facebook, but I got off of that. But they can find me on at Livefluence. At Livefluence Project or at _Live_Fluence.
Tight. All right, and then what about? Do you have a Twitter or anything? Is it
No,
I've
never done Twitter.
No. What about TikTok? You be doing the stupid ass dance videos?
No, dude. See, that's the thing, dude. Like, I got a guy like in
I don't have either of those either.
I got a guy in SSC, dude, and he's crazy with that shit, dude. And yeah, he's fucking. I mean, he's younger too, man. But like, I don't know, man. Like, it was hard enough for me to get on Instagram.
Yeah.
Like, I'm old school, man. Like, it was hard enough for me to get on Instagram. Like I said, dude, that shit's hard for me. Like, just even social media.
That's how I feel too, and it's like you have to, and that shit sucks. You know, you're like, fuck, I don't.
It does, man. But like,
I guess I gotta do it. You know.
I want to reach a lot of people with the shit, man. But like I said, Young Zeke, like we're doing some shit right now with the whole video, and actually I got another guy, Moneybag. He goes by Moneybag on Instagram, but he follows me, and he's in because he's a producer with Warren G.
Oh, legit.
And he's good friends with my cousin Raphael that owns all the fucking shit I was telling you about. But yeah, so he's a producer with Warren G. So I sent him a message today because he was liking my shit. But like I know people, man, like that, like. But it's like it takes them to look at it and, dude, I got a fucking post a while back ago from one of the homies that I met at the studio. They all love my weed and shit, dude, and he trusts my weed so much, dude, and he thinks I grow the best shit out here that he brought the shit to Darren. What was his name? Let me show you. He's got his own podcast, dude, Up in Smoke.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I've heard of that podcast.
Yeah, dude. I can't even remember.
Yeah, I've heard of that podcast.
I'm not big into fucking basketball, but
yeah,
they brought my weed to
That's
him, dude.
legit, really.
I have him in here.
It's fucking tight.
So I'm like trying to reach as many people, man.
But yeah, bro. So your website too is Livefluence Project.
Yeah, livefluenceproject.com.
That's legit.
Dude. So that's one of the designs.
Oh, that's clean.
So
from
LA's over there.
Yeah, exactly.
Let me see.
That's tight.
Right here. Stack 5 and Matt Barnes.
Oh, Matt Barnes.
Yeah, so they got my weed, dude.
Really?
Yeah.
That's fucking tight. Matt Barnes is legit too.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, that's cool, man. That's what's cool. Like, and people think they need to get this big ass following to get those connections, and that's not really the truth.
Well, I mean, like, no.
You just gotta have like real people that are connected.
Dude, for me, like, I kind of just fell into that just because my network. But it's weird how I met Young Zeke, man. Like, I met him through a network, kind of, and he just so happened he had some elite seeds that he didn't want to give anybody else, any growers. Because they're mostly all warehouse growers, and they're just gonna fucking
just take them, basically.
Yeah, dude, and so he knew what I was doing, and so dude, he called me one day, and I was like, "Fuck, Young Zeke's calling me, dude." And since then, we met up probably 2 years ago.
Yeah, you're more of a boutique.
Oh yeah, that's
grower,
it, dude.
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Oh
like,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
just more custom.
Yeah. Oh, definitely,
unique,
man. And that's how I want to treat this. It's like I don't fuck all your other shit, dude, out there. Like if I created a line for cannabis and I created something that was for the people and I had a shop, take a fucking number. When it's done, it's done. It's not fucking cured yet. Yeah, that's how I own my shit. Exactly. Unless you're one of the homies and you can get in and get the shit. But other than that, like, you gotta fucking wait for the shit. It's not ready because it's not done. That's the way
you gotta keep it. You gotta make it.
But if you think about it too, especially the prices they're charging, man. Like, if you're charged, dude, I know all the homies at the Hydro Shop, man. Like the Grow Generation, man. Dudes approaching me, man. Like I bring them samples and shit, dude, and they come and tell me all the time, man. Like, your shit is the fucking like
it's like highest quality,
dude.
At the shop,
like,
you know,
dude, the motherfuckers at the shop don't grow shit, dude.
Dude,
like it's big.
Dry. It's the shop.
My shit crumbles.
Harvested in 2019.
My shit crumbles nice, dude. He's asking me to do they do a lot of bike rides all through Coachella, like bicycle rides and shit. And he's like, dude, we got like 10 guys at least, man. I can get like 10 guys that do want pre-rolls every week that fucking will want your shit, like.
Yeah.
Just tell me your price. The shops are charging $25-$30 for a pre-roll, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I go, dude, I'll fucking make you a pre-roll, keef it up and everything, dude, for like $15.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
dude.
Yeah. No, they're charging crazy amounts.
$25-$30 for a fucking pre-roll that's fucking not even dank.
Not
close
even
to
good.
It, dude.
Low quality weed.
Yeah, fuck that, dude.
Keef's nasty.
That's fucking like that's illegal.
I smoke these little, and it's crazy because they're $10, but they're these like half-gram pre-rolls, and they're called littles.
Oh yeah.
And those are like my favorite because all the other ones suck. You know, like these are the only ones that get me high.
Banger, you know right there.
That half-gram is worth that $10. They got those stupid ass fucking blokey blunts. Or whatever.
Oh yeah, you're gonna get fucked up on that shit,
that
dude.
Are fucking $30 or whatever. Oh, this shit, the weed.
Right? Oh yeah, you're gonna get fucked. You're
gonna
fucked up on that shit, dude. And then some of the other shit, dude. I actually have some crosses that are curing right now. So the cross, so you know, dude, just keep it up. Is Dog Walker. That's the cross I'm doing. Dog Walker OG.
Oh,
so I cross Dog Walker with Cherry Pie, Cherry Punch, Mimosa, Lemon OG. I cross Dog Walker with Dog Walker. So like,
gonna be some crazy
and dude,
shit.
that shit. No, dude, it's fucking dank, dude. Like the shops don't have shit.
I never heard of Dog Walker. What type of? What is the flavor?
It's
or
more
like the.
It's a hybrid. What I'm creating, but depending on the strain, like the Mimosa with Dog Walker is more of a sativa, I would say. But the cherry punch, like the flavors on the shit, dude, are crazy. Like I don't know how you're smoking, but if you're doing it out of a bong, you can really taste the flavors. If you're doing out of like when I was at the studio this last weekend, dude, they were rolling fucking backwoods, and the cherry punch just came right through the backwoods, dude. The backwoods you didn't even taste nothing out of it. It was so fucking so pure, dude.
I like smoking all swishers or whatever. Black backwoods, I don't even think I've ever rolled a backwood.
Oh shit, dude.
I don't even know if I know how to.
I don't even roll backwoods, dude. I don't even roll shit, dude, other than fucking raws. I just don't. That's how late in the game I got. Like I didn't grow up in fucking weed. Like in high school, all my friends, everyone thought I was a pothead because I hung out with all the potheads, but I never smoked when I was in high school. I was big into wrestling. I wrestled my whole fucking high school career. Went to nationals and everything.
That's crazy.
Yeah, dude. So I never smoked, dude. So like, yeah, it's crazy. Like rolling, dude. I get frustrated because I try to roll, dude. I've rolled like a few like really good ones.
I can't roll joints.
Oh, dude,
I
was all excited after I fucking rolled it, dude. But there is some shit, dude. I just bought, but it's tobacco. It's a tobacco product. It's what do they call it? It's a leaf. You can buy leaves. They're fucking. I'll send you the link, but it's actual plant leaf, dude. It's tobacco leaf.
Really?
Yeah, dude. And then they're kind of expensive, but you cut it up, and then it's easier to roll because they're really malleable. They bend. They're not like crispy or anything. Yeah, dude. Fanta leaf.
Really?
If you go to like
and you be smoking that shit?
Well, over there was backwoods, but you can get if you look at like the liquor store or the tobacco stores out here, asking if they have Fanta leaves, and it comes in a package rolled up, dude, like a little roll. Yeah. But they're kind of expensive. Might spend like $20 for like a little pack, but the leaf when you roll it out, it's like that big.
It's big as fuck,
so you just cut it up, dude, and then it's easier to roll.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. But I'm not a big roller. Like I have a bong at home, and like that's generally the way I smoke.
Cool.
But
yeah. I usually smoke. I'll roll a blunt or something, or I have like a little pipe, but. That's about what I smoke. Yeah. I used to have a bong, and I love the bong. I think is the best, to be honest.
Oh yeah, well that's where you get all your
cleanest,
your flavors and everything.
Yeah, just running through that water too for some reason. It
put
just
some ice in there, dude.
Yeah, it cleans everything. But yeah, bro, I think we should wrap this shit up. I think we're almost at 2 hours.
Yeah, for sure, dude. Let's do it.
Almost to 9 o'clock.
Yeah, shit. My wife's probably asking too.
She's probably like, "What the fuck?" Episode 49, we're done. We are at 2 hours. Damn.
Oh, are we? Oh, we're still going.
That's crazy. 2 hours, 7 minutes. That shit's crazy.
Oh yeah, dude.